That's why I always tell people, like, when Manchester City is playing like Man United or whatever, I'm like, Arsenal, the team. What other team? Arsenal. Arsenal. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I got you testing against United. We are real good. We are the best in the league. Anyways, but you saw them, and they were all laughing, like, hey, like, what? And they were good. You turn around and, like, do that. If it's a Martin Amini, or what's his name? Is that it? Yeah, Martin. Doing like crowd work was like, dude, you were doing great. That sucks ass. I'm not taking anything away from it. You're right. This is actually, you know what? This is a big moment for this podcast. This is the first time you've ever been right listening. That's not true. Also, am I wrong in thinking that construction workers need to have some sort of fucking, like, what is it called? The code of ethics? Like, you don't talk to the people that walk around you all the time. They fucking kind of call chicks and stuff like that. That's very annoying. Yeah, I feel like a hot chick, dude. I mean, yeah, I don't know if there should be a rule of silence, but there should be a rule against, like, every time you're outside. Yeah, that's annoying. Yeah. But that would be funny if they had some sort of, like, ninja code of silence. They, like, work, like, all, like, that would be fucking amazing, bro. If they start bowing every time I walk by, they don't say shit. That's what I want, dude. That would be amazing. They're, like, building the pyramids up there. Like, it's all quick and perfect. And the person that owns this building would hire workers like that. Right. You can't even. The guy comes in and he looks in the bathroom. He's like, "What's good?" And then this water pours. Did they fix that? No. That's a well-known. That is kind of annoying. Yeah. So it's like a big problem. And I understand you would come tomorrow, but saying it like, "Oh, we'll be there tomorrow," it's a whole day. I know. Yeah. And so, as if it's real. Oh, okay. Well, tomorrow, perfect. Yeah. And then, actually, he was like, "We'll be there tomorrow." And so they come at 10 a.m. and then take me at 10:30. He said, "Job's done." I called him. I was like, "Are you flaking? Is there a hole in my fucking wall still?" Yeah. What do you mean job is done? Like, you gotta put the wall back on. Yeah, and then he's like, "We're gonna be there in like 4 to 5 days." Oh, no. 3 to 4 days. And it's been days now. And it's fucking sucks. Nobody comes in here at all. That's the thing that I've been whining about for years. The construction here in Los Angeles. Their excuses and absurdities for what they're willing to, or what they think is good work. I'm alright. I've probably told this story a few times, but when I lived in that house in West LA, and they came in to fix the sink, and they knocked out the bottom of the sink, so it's completely open, and then they just left. So there's an open thing under the sink. So I didn't know this, but I'm standing in the kitchen, and I see this giant rat, walk through the opening that they left. It's one of my roommates. Like, lives there. The rat like walks in, and like, "Oh, we need to change." Yeah, we had to change this rat. And like with the landlord, I was like, "It's just an open space in the fucking kitchen. Like any animal could walk in." He's like, "Oh, who are you hiring to do this work? Who's like knocked out a hole in the wall?" And then it's like, "All right, we'll be back," or "I think we're good." What the fuck? Are you sick? Even I know that's not like what you do. A hole, it had like a little like plastic sheeting thing over it. I'm like, that's not a wall. You need a structure of some kind. Just a hole. And now your bathroom has almost exactly that. It's exposed. It's also in the worst place. Because, like, I'm vulnerable to I take shits. When I'm taking a shit, I am horrible. Because there's a fucking open wall behind me. Yeah. And so, like, whatever ghost or furniture or whatever the fuck, any sort of, like, horror movie plot that wants to take place in my restroom right now is not good for your boy. It's not like me being the slasher or anything. It's like me getting fucked by a ghost. You know what I mean? Or by some sort of different, what's it called? Dimension. Like, that's an opening, like a portal that is the third dimension for us. Like, how I see space and time, that fucking hole in my bathroom does not exist in my world. Dude, the spiders are probably like, Shaq me, dude, they see that one, like, that's not Shaq. What's up? Or whatever. That's just another black man. I assure you, really is good. It's not Shaq. I take that back. I'm so stupid. It's okay. I mean, Shaq's been on that before. Maybe I made Shaq that game. I don't know. Well, maybe he has actually like the commercial tiny. Yeah. Let's give it up to the construction. You like look at the camera, dude, and it's or not looking at you look out there's like a little camera, dude, like some tiny camera that they do small, super small nails, so it takes longer. And they're just like. Also, the job does not look that complicated. It doesn't look like it's a 3-week job. You know what I mean? I think they're building stairs. No, you're giving them too much credit. They're not building stairs. They're putting wood underneath the topping of the stairs. You know? Yeah, it's just like that one section right there. You're like, oh, you guys are so lucky you're not construction the building. Nobody trusts us. That's not very. I'll be the first person to know anything about that. I'll be the first one to say they talk a lot. Yeah, that's true. People always out there doing this thing. If they were focused on like what they probably do, you'd have discussions, you'd probably on this podcast, it would have been done 5 years ago. 7 days a week. Yeah. You know what I mean? A minute long release. To be seen. Yeah, we forgot it. Truly great work takes 6 months, no matter what it is. It could be a podcast, it could be stairs at an apartment complex, it could be a treasure. Any of those things, it's like 6 to 7 got something maybe for 2 to be. And then I'm looking at Fat Akash. It's so sad that we recorded one of the greatest in part of it was talking about Fat Akash. We're gonna do it again because I don't remember anything we said. Look at that! Oh my god, that's the one right there. So Fat Akash, I think Too Lazy had something about this. How he's not looking good. Somebody had a video about Fat Akash. The internet's been opened up, but Akash is not doing well since he left the flagrant pot. Yep. We've noticed this. People have talked about it. I happen to stumble upon a clip online of him in a Hawaiian shirt. Where he is, he could be in Hawaii, but some fellas, he's out there in the fellas. That's how he should be. He just looks fucked up, man. He's like eating alcoholic fruit out of a bowl or something, maybe. Like some sort of drink fruit thing. He looks like he's insane San Jose. They're not talking about my wife, this Jose Jack Johnson. MC Live, and I'm going to be in the orphan. Oh, and he looks disheveled and hungover. Shirt's not fitting, shorts are big. What's bad really? It's just that he doesn't normally look like this. Like me and Drero pretty much look the same. And this this is Akash was like a skinny guy that usually clear-eyed, but at least clear-eyed, But there's something wrong with this guy. It looks like he was by a V. The V had alcohol in it. Yeah. He doesn't look well. I'm worried about it. He gave. Granted, the police are trash are well timed, but he has no talent outside of that. And he gave up this really successful pack, with rapper clips about how, like, brown parents are different than white parents. Well, there was a house fire. Look, the flu, I got to shut it, okay? The flu. Like the thing where I don't really know what a flu is, but it has something to do with what's the fire thing? That's the thing where you put wood into in your house. Fireplace. It's like a flu where you shut it or something. It's the Manchester United. City. Dude, that was a big deal. Come on, Manchester City. Seeing everybody. I think it starts in August. I need more soccer in my life. You're right. Yeah, Austin, big boy, dude. What do you think is going on with him? You think he's just like a drug fed alcoholic now? Also, just letting you know, now had to reset the whole system, so I keep it to obsessed back. So. Alright. So I went to the Death Cafe, dude. At the Philosophical Society. Have you heard of this place? No. Yeah, so you better watch out, because I'm deep in your brain right now. You don't even know that. I'm ready to do it for you. Oh, good. Thank God someone has to. Yeah. What's it called? It's or Die Die. I've been listening to Die Die. That's a good song. So I went to the Death Cafe, and it was very interesting. You know what a Death Cafe is? I've never heard of it. It's where you can sit around talking about death. Wow, it's pretty tight. People like share what they think happens when you die, or like their experiences with grief and this and that and stuff like that. So there was a lady that was like, listen, this is the saddest story of all time. That's what she was saying. Yeah, she didn't say what I said, but she said the saddest story of all time. Subtext. And then you're allowed to have a discussion. People can ask questions and stuff, and it's kind of like, popcorn type shit. And then, so this one lady's like, can I ask you a question? And she's like, yeah, sure. This is the worst story you can ever hear, right? Yeah. And then it's like her son dying before they leave the hospital type stuff like this. And the lady's like, have you ever thought about like going or like seeing your son in some sort of fake reality or whatever it is? And then the lady's like, yeah, but I have to kind of like be in reality. Think that I like have an imaginary son basically. And then the second one that started discussing, she goes, I'm gonna stop you right there. He says I can't really do that because I can't be in a fake reality. So I'm gonna stop you right there. You totally can. And then like overpowers this lady and starts like talking down on her and telling her to do this thing. And the other lady bows out and she's like, alright, you got me. You're a construction worker outside of my apartment right now. I really don't want to talk to you. Like whatever, trying to get her to stop. She won't stop talking. And she keeps going and going, and then now other people are like eventually like cracking at the scenes and like, you can't do that. You can't just like, and then she's talking about like artists do it all the time. Like artists go to fake realities and bring back dead people, like whatever, because they like and then they put it in their work, and it's like you can't just be selfish. You can't just be like I don't want to be like that. I want to see like it's not whatever she said. However she was fucking bad. And I was quiet the whole time. I was just like this. Was everybody disagreeing with the second lady, or was anybody agreeing with? A couple of people were agreeing with the second lady. This is what I'm talking about. White people. You know what I mean? Oh, they're white. Was everyone? I was the only Mexican person in that room. So everyone was like, yes. Okay. Oh yeah. And not a single black person. Not one. No, I think there was like a couple mixed, but they were more, you know, Adidas than Nike. I have no idea what's happening. That's, you know, but I didn't expect it to. But what's it called? It's more soccer than football, basketball, basically. Like, you know. Okay. Still more white than black. Okay, that's the fucking. I get that. Okay, cool. Yeah, but it was a weird thing. Like, people. So like, that lady was like second to share out of the whole group thing, and then it keeps going around. And this let's call her the Italian lady, the one that said that you should live in a fake reality. I'm gonna stop you right there. She said that verbatim. I'm gonna stop you right there. That is funny. She spoke for like the discussion part for the next 5 people. I'm like number 7. You know what I mean? And then eventually the moderator lady was like, "Hey, so we're not gonna do this every time somebody talks to you." Wow, she said that about the lady. Yeah. Because about 3 people away from me, this lady was like, my mom and my mother-in-law ended their own life like that. Wow. Yeah. And then she goes on and on about this grief story, whatever. And then like the lady fucking said something to her, and then eventually that girl was just like, "Yeah, what you're saying is fucking ridiculous." Like, you know, it's like a sketch show. Like Eric Andre was just like a fat Italian woman. I mean, that would be a hilarious prank to do. To go to one of those things and just like every story be like, like say something crazy. But I'm curious now, the mother and the stepmother, the person that said that story, what did the Italian lady say to them? Did they also do a reality thing? I can't remember how it began because I wasn't really interested in what she said. But I can tell you like what happened during it, which is that she kept saying like, whenever some people do that, you know, like end their life thing, she was saying the word commit, and then the lady was like, "I'm gonna stop you right there." She didn't say that, but she should have. And she was like, "We don't say that. We don't say the commit word because it's like a bad connotation. People commit murder. They don't, you know, instead of like die by." So you can't say that here. I guess not. And whatever. I don't have any stories about that to share, so I'm not gonna be saying. Yeah, interesting. I wouldn't know. I wonder. That seems kind of random that word would be bad commit. It's just had the bad connotation. It's not random. People say that word all the time when you're referencing ending, you know, their own life. It's like that brings negative vibes or something. Yeah, the vibes are off in that word. Yeah. Interesting. It's funny like the one lady is acting all crazy and she doesn't get talked to until the end, but the lady that goes commit, they're like, whoa, commit. You killed the body. Wow. I mean, what are we getting here? No, the lady was the one who said commit. Yeah. Oh. So the other lady didn't even say commit? No, it was happening to her. So. Yeah. Wow. And I was like, dude, I was in the corner of the room just fucking hopping off the Lotus bar, dude. 3 hours worth of Lotus. We always have that Lotus with you, dude. Yeah. I go to meetings, I have Lotus just so I don't know what happened. I'm just like, if it goes wrong, I'm still high in Lotus. You're at Man City Games, popping Lotus bar. How do I that? I'm like, what do you mean you're on the Lotus? The guy selling Lotus flowers. Okay, so. I mean, if I would never do this, but I think it would be fine to be there and like they tell a story and like I'd be watching the Reddit shop and like just the fun with them. But that's the other thing. So on the other lady's turn to speak, like it was her turn to. I kind of briefly reviewed that, but when it was her turn to speak, seeing her podcast, whatever that she was talking. And then she was done, and like, what was your podcast again? And then it's like, bitches and hoes, what's it? And then she goes, but I haven't done it in years, and this and that. And And I started laughing so hard in my head. I was like, oh my god, dude. That's random. I wish I would have been like, and I have a podcast, and then they asked me what mine's about, and I go, it's Timmy's child. It's about a Brendan child. You always have to preface it with, like, he's friends with Joe Rogan, and everyone thinking, oh, and I love him. Oh, yeah, I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan. So, Death Cafe, is the idea that you talk about somebody that died? Yeah, no, I told you what the idea was at the beginning, but, like, I don't really understand. Your conception of death, if you want to talk about that, okay, I mean, like, what do you think happened? It's about death. It's not about, like, people, individuals, or whatever. You can talk about it your own talking to people that died in your life. Because the reason I asked, I went once and I'm like an expert in it. Yeah, well, I mean, you went there. You're the only person I've never even heard of it. But you said at the beginning, but everybody that you said a story just talked about someone that died. Right. So what did you talk about? I mean, just like my grandpa. Okay, so you also said, did everybody just talk about someone that died? What the fuck did I say? No. But those two people, yeah, that's hardcore. Also, both those people that I said talked about somebody that died is a hardcore situation. You know? Like, son never left the hospital. My mom and my fucking mother-in-law. Yeah. Dude, when you said your thing, did the woman not say that you should create a virtual reality? No. I was very concise, and like I did not want to talk. So I was just like, yeah, so my grandpa like fucking died, and like he was cool, like he smoked and it was cool, like because he was like really smart. Because when he spoke in English, he sounded fucking stupid, but like you wouldn't even know he's smart. Anyways, so thank you. So she didn't say anything to you? No. They just asked me what grandpa's name was. That's nice, I guess. How did you hear about this? That's cool. That's a death call. I keep saying that too. That'd be funny. Thanks. See you next week at the death call. Thanks. They're having a death society outside. I hope they would. Death Cafe. Yeah, I would send them to Death Cafe. Yeah. No, it's, I heard a friend of mine told me about it. And what made you go? I mean, I just wanted to go. It's like interesting to me. The place that they have it, what you said where they had, where was it? The Philosophical Society. Oh, I feel like I'm talking to my grandpa right now. Like we're on a porch. We're on a porch. He's taking my body. Oh, tell me everything you said. What did you say about me? You fucking liar. He thinks you said bad shit. He's speaking for me. But no, I'm curious. It's like it's so random. So people get together, they talk about death. Where would you? Is the Philosophical Society a building? Death cafes are removed from. It's not apartments. Autonomous from the building. It's already. So they have different cafes all over the place. I literally went to one so far. What's it a cafe? It's a philosophical society in the place. I don't know what that means. It's just like a bar. That's a fucking. Is there a building called the Philosophical Society? Yeah. Okay, so that's where you did this cafe. Do they have food and drinks and stuff? No. Man, that was confusing as hell. Well, like, because what I'm asking you is like to describe where you were. So like, in my mind, I'm like Death Cafe. I thought maybe it was like you know how AA meetings, well, obviously, like AA meetings go to random spots that are cafes. So is it like that, or there's just there's a building called the Philosophical Society. You go there into a room, they call it a Death Cafe, but there's no food or drinks. Is that what it is? Right, it's more so the AA thing, like where the meetings are. Okay, yeah. So to me, that's kind of funny. Death Cafe is like the AA, like the AA name. Alcoholics Anonymous is Death Cafe. That's where cafe ends. Yeah, it's just like Death Cafe. Cool fucking way of saying it. Yeah. So then in the business, you might walk in and there's a bunch of people and they're just like talking about death, kind of like with AA. I thought that's funny. Like AA, you sort of hear it in the corner, you're like, they're talking about that. AA said, but it would be much weirder if somebody was just like in a group and they're having so like it's almost like a support group and they're just talking about death. You're like, whoa, I've never heard of that. Yeah. The person who suggested it to you, did they go to it? I don't know if this is interesting for the podcast. You guys, all right, fair enough.
She's like, yeah, I mean, they obviously went to it, you know. I just thought it was funny that this lady wouldn't shut the fuck up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that is crazy. The lady that's like, no, virtual reality, like she's selling something, maybe. She's like, maybe she just goes to death cafes because she has some sort of product about like her, maybe she's like a guru of psychology, and she's like, the way to do it is just to have an imaginary friend.
She did have like arrogance to her. There was like a certain level of arrogance to everything. She was just like, I know exactly what I'm doing. And she was saying, no, while other people were talking. It's fucking insane to be that kind of person, dude.
I wonder if it would be funnier if that was her first time. Like she'd never been in any of them before. But
I think it might have been.
That's really, so she's just a crazy person.
Yes.
Let me stop you right there. It's a really funny thing to say to somebody who just said that they're like someone they love died.
Yeah, she's like, and then she was like, the other lady was like, yeah, I want to kind of like live in reality. And then she goes, let me stop you right there.
Well, here's my devil's assistant. There's a part of me that understands. I think what she, even I was there. I have no idea what she's trying to do. Because like, all right, I didn't hear the story, but is the woman is saying that she had like a baby and it died at birth, right? Okay. So, and then the other person makes a suggestion to tell me, he goes like, well, have you ever thought about like maybe you could see them in a different reality or like envision them as an adult or whatever kind of thing, which I sort of understand because sometimes people have this like, I've read short stories and books about where people like they have that happen to them and then they like think about the child's in a better place or heaven or whatever. So I get that. And then when the lady goes, well, I have to live in reality, to me that's a little bit of a weird response, but I understand where they're coming from too. They're kind of like, what? Virtual reality, how does this really happen to me? And they get kind of angry. But the second woman is not saying that to be like, so what? They fucking died, bitch. Like, just make it up. There's another person. So, but then when you go, let me stop you right there. I think what she's doing is being like, no, I'm trying to tell you like how to, be happy or like a way of like vision is different. But it's so crazy to say it like that. Yeah. So I get both people.
Let me stop you right there. That's during like, yeah. If you were going on about Man City, I'm like, well, let me stop you right there.
I'm too big a fan. That's way more.
Yeah, I'm like, let me stop you right there. You don't even know what you're talking about. Like, that's what the internet, let me stop you right there, brings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just not an episode of Friends where it's like, let me stop you right there. You have no idea what you just did right now. There's no like, it's just like a weird, I watch TV all day type shit.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, as you're saying that, and it just shows a lack of like social standing, social language, yeah.
You know, you're referencing like her fucking 10-day-old son. Like that's what you want to do right now. You want to let me stop you right there when it comes to her stuff. You know, this is very, and then it did cause like an uproar because everyone heard her saying that, and then so everyone in the room was like, and then you just see the girl with like her son, and she's like staring off in his face, like while everyone's fighting him. It's like, all right.
How many people agreed with the crazy lady?
Nobody.
Not a single person.
One person did.
I wonder what.
And you know what's funny is one person did, and I saw her, and I was like, in my head, when I saw, because like, I have my own perspective of the whole situation. The lady's like 3 seats down from me, and then there's a lady like, maybe 3 or 4 seats down from her, and I saw that girl like that. And I was like, why are you agreeing with her?
Yeah.
And then more people spoke out. And then I looked at the girl and clapped. And maybe want to clap still, or
she's got like tons of imaginary friends. She's Dexter. She kills people, and then she like thinks about them.
That's funny because she did actually work in the medical examiner's office.
Well, of course, that's what.
Trying to tell my girlfriend that the serial killers in this room. Like, oh wow. And she was kind of like, no, like, how am I wrong? Please tell me how I'm wrong. Let me stop you right there. That's a you're
trying to get her killed. funny. You go to those things looking for a murderer. You try and like suss them out with your stories. Yeah. You're like, yeah, so death is crazy. What? Yeah. Has anyone here ever also thought about killing someone? Or you get real specific? Like, there's this band of murders going on. Like, I just really want to meet the person that's doing it. I want to turn them in. I'm like, I think they're kind of like a god. Maybe like a dog is telling them what to do. Like the great Satan. There's a spat of murders. I wouldn't be good at getting them out, like figuring out who it is. You're waiting for the murder to be like, can you stop me right there? Oh yeah, perfect. See, that's what you do. You say something about murder that's obviously false, so you get them out. They're like, what? No, you have to use a knife to do that. They're like, God, all right, wrap it up. We're good. We're good here. It's him. He's the one that's been doing it. He's kicking you. He murders. Oh man. What did you want to talk about here? I kind of wanted to look up and see if there's any news on the Christina Vincenzi divorce to Tom Segura. I want to see what's hot off the presses. You literally looked at me when you got here and you said, has Christina P posted that all since I got a divorce? I did do that. And I was like, you think I fucking know that? I thought you would. You drive around all day listening to all these stupid ass podcasts. I thought you would. These fucking podcasts. These stupid ass things that you listen to. No, I mean, what I was thinking about with this while you look it up is I was thinking two comedians, straight comedians, they're married, right? Right. And if they get divorced and they have kids, who gets custody of the kids? And if it's the woman, if it's the man, what does that say about the woman? If they're comedians. Well, I don't know in this hypothetical. Yeah. I mean, Akash doesn't get the kids. Akash and Jasleen, if they had kids and they got divorced, we need to send those kids to a different country. Yeah. Well, certainly Akash doesn't. India. I can't do those grandma voice. He wouldn't definitely not because you just look at that video, the latest video of Akash. That doesn't look like someone who can effectively raise children. He's got like a bowl of fruit in his hand. Construction. One of these days there's going to be construction on our podcast and we're not even going to address it. We're just going to be like, yeah, that was where I was like, it was funny the first time. And she's that's getting horrible. But maybe it actually might still be funny. It's kind of funny right now. Well, we've heard rumor that they don't do this on Monday, so we might do this on Monday. I knew this the whole time. But you had to go to the hospital twice, 2 Mondays in a row. Yeah, I had to get my spleen removed. I mean, I told him to make a song for when you go to the hospital so I can replace the intro song of this podcast. But, and I didn't expect you to go to the hospital since I texted you that. Remember I texted you about the song? Oh, no, I don't. I text you saying that I was going to make a song, intro song every time we went to the hospital or you go to the doctor. Yeah. Then I'll change the song to that. That's a great idea. Right. Since that happened, you've gone to the hospital, I believe, 4 times. I've lost count. It could be 6. Yeah. It could honestly be 6. It could be every fucking week since I said that. I got my spleen removed, got an appendix down the ear. I hurt my neck. Remember we had the wrestling thing and I hurt my neck. And then I hurt my hand race. Right. And I also got something I didn't take. I didn't get my lip fixed. Did you get TRT? I've always been on TRT. Oh, okay. I'm on a lot of peptides. Yeah. So I go to Kaiser and I go, are these peptides safe? They say no. I go, I want to talk to your manager. And then while they're going to get the manager, I take more peptides. Or do you inject peptides? I don't know. I've never really been a peptide guy, so I don't know the facts of peptides. Yeah. I like the use of the Akash now. When comedians divorce, who gets the kids? Because here's what I'm thinking. Woman or man? The woman normally gets the children, unless she's like really horrible. But do you think if a woman doesn't get the children, does that mean that she's like very funny because she's doing crazy shit, or she's just like, could there be a scenario, maybe on, like, you know how Christina puts this, it's not very funny, where she doesn't get the kids because the judge watches both their stand up, and he's like, well, that is like very unfunny, so I'm gonna give it to Tom.
I'm not gonna lie, when you watch it sometimes, it's fucking draining, dude. Like, I know that I'm about to have to respond to what you're saying, but then you keep pausing, you keep like, look at it. And then I'm like waiting for, there's no question mark yet. You're still finishing the statement. Yeah, that's somewhat of a question. And you keep going and going and going until I'm like waiting for the ending. And then you somehow, in the middle of that question, change the question at the very end. Alright, here's another question. One more question. It's funny that in court, if you were to take your wife to court and you have a podcast together, you have to watch your own podcast in court together.
Yeah, they would. I mean, I would win. How much of your part did they show?
I'm sorry about that. I'm the man and girl, dude.
So like the girl has a podcast and I have a podcast, or the man has a podcast.
You were fully aware that Tom Segura and Christina do a podcast together, right?
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, so it would show their podcast. And then they watch it, and based off that, they decide who gets kids.
Yeah.
I like that too.
And then same thing with what's that guy's fucking that douchebag's name, Chad Daniels?
Chad. Oh yeah, it's something like that.
I think he has a podcast with his girlfriend.
Oh no.
Right? Yeah. That's not
That happens if they get divorced. They got to show the foosball thing. She has a foosball podcast. Remember? We watched it.
Yeah.
It's like her with comedians and they play foosball.
I mean, that'd be so funny if you had to watch like other people's podcasts because you were a guest on there and like it's some sort of evidence like this is what they're saying to the public, you know?
That's probably already happened. You realize that? Because so many people have podcasts that probably in court they go like, well, here's what they said on a podcast. Now, do you trust them now? Which I think is redacted in real life, but very funny, the idea of it.
Yeah.
Because like what you're going to judge people based off of a podcast they do you think that what me and Gerardo say on 10 Minutes of Shop is what we actually think? It is.
It is. I love religion.
Yeah, I mean, that is so funny.
My wife tried to talk shit about my podcast in court. I'm like, it's only 10 minutes of Brendan Chop.
It's 10 minutes long. What could we have possibly done? Like, judges, like, okay, at some point you have to stop the bid. What bid? You're a dick.
And then the lawyer's like, you know, what is this episode like 100 and 200 and something on Shop? Episode, the reference episode 203, where there's construction happening in the background, and then they play the episode, and it's just like, diving on construction happening.
Oh, man.
But that proves that my client is gay as shit.
I think they should have the podcast going in the divorce hearing or whatever, and then I guess the judge decides what goes happening. But what does this say? I can't believe they actually have the answer.
Yeah, courts decide. So,
yeah. I think usually the woman gets the kids, or at least that's what they say on TV.
Your questions are becoming more and more frightening.
Why do you say that?
Like, what does that say?
That's funny. That's good. My next question was going to be, what's more annoying? What's more annoying? My questions or the construction?
Oh, the construction. There's some days where I wake up later than usual, and you ask me questions, and I'm like, bro, let it stop. Because I fully understand where you're headed here. It's a podcast. You know what I mean?
What's funny is that is the first thing I asked when I got here was, has there been any news on the Christina Pazitsky Tom Segura divorce? That was a question.
The first thing you asked me was, has she posted since the divorce?
Yeah.
I like that she did fucking know.
Blame the team for you not knowing. Should have let you know. And they didn't. I could have sworn she posted. I am actually curious to hear what she has to say about this. Because I'd always just kind of assumed that she's not funny. But I've seen some of it.
So, what does that say?
Yes, public audio statements made by a spouse can be requested, subpoenaed, or used as evidence during discovery if it contains admission or relevant facts. Well, Tom's on
Divorce discovery.
when I say?
You just said discovery. You didn't say divorce.
Yeah. I don't say divorce discovery was
another question. That's conspiracy. What did I say?
That could be a good one. Your top 10 most disturbing question a friend has asked. How do I spell my name? When does the podcast come out?
The number one is just like a whole long question. It doesn't stop.
It never ends. The never-ending question. That'd be my Mr. Beast video. A question that just doesn't end. People are taking notes trying to how to answer it.
Oh, you start. Like timers in the corner of his room.
It's kind of just like a math equation.
Yeah.
Like Eric Weinstein. I go on board and just start writing.
Let me ask you a question. So when you go to the doctor, you know how the doctors are. They come out to you and they're like, "Hey, beans, cheese, X, what you do?" Beans, cheese. Are you like scared of beans and cheese, or are you more like chile and carne asada? While the doctor's asking you beans and cheese, but the doctor's also blind, and he's also an Asian. Oh shit! Did my screen just break? Oh no! That thing. Oh,
Is that a good question from you?
Yes. I was doing the wrong question there. Sorry.
No, okay. More like chili on. I don't care that the doctor blind or Asian.
You're more like chili.
Boom. Done.
Got it. Nailed it. Jailed it.
Looks like it's not that hard to answer questions, you dumbass. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm getting into Manchester United to keep my friendship with my friends back home. Have they bought jerseys yet? No. Are they going to? They say they will. Are we? Do I know how to watch the games? Not yet.
Should I be a hooligan with you? Are you gonna become a hooligan?
I don't know. Maybe. How do I become a hooligan?
You just go to like downtown Pasadena and just like flip dumpsters and shit. And they're like, "What's up, dude? What are you doing?" And you're like, "Manchester City." You're just a hooligan in the wrong city.
What are you being arrested for? Being a fan of the team. Looking nice. Sonny Coleman scored a hot trick today. They're bloody good. Fucking. I'm gonna hit the loo. Yeah, let's just start using British slang. Yeah. I'm gonna use the loo.
I'm gonna hit the loo. There's a huge hole in your loo. The walls of your loo are all looed out.
So, hole in his loo. He's got loo issues.
Yeah.
What do they call trash bins? A ruddy bin or something like that? I don't know what a British thing. Ruddy bin. But yeah, we have English viewers. Look, it's crossover, dude. If you're a Manchester United, or sorry, if you're a Manchester City fan, sound off in the comments.
Yeah.
If you pick the team in, are you gonna do Manchester City or no? I'm always wherever the guy goes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find out when there's the
September and October.
Oh, that's a long time ago.
See, that was a quick question. When are we gonna find out? Boom. That was pretty fast, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, October, when is
because he turns 18 and
the soccer start?
You don't know when. I think it's when he first.
Oh, so how he has to wait because he turns 18?
Yeah, he's not. There's some weird law where you're not allowed to go to Europe until you're 18 because he doesn't have citizenship in any of those countries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So until then, he's probably doing construction somewhere.
Yeah, until then, he's probably cranking it down in Tijuana.
Yeah. Good. But a caution, just like don't have any kids, though. So they don't.
Yeah.
There's really no. They can't. If we have, it's a hypothetical within a hypothetical. We really have to. Thank God they don't have kids.
Yeah. I kind of want him to have kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Imagine he gets really fat. He gets fatter and fatter and fatter. And then he has a kid that gets fatter and fatter and fatter. You know what I mean?
So it's just a big fat family. That could be pretty funny. Andrew starts roasting the kids for being fat.
Yeah.
Akash looking fat as hell, bro. He might be eating too many of them samosas. He's like, give me some samosas.
I was thinking yesterday about Genghis Khan. I was playing Civilization 7 here.
Yeah.
Playing with Genghis Khan. And, I was thinking, like, what drugs, you know, and he went in Baja mode for, like, his whole life. How old was he? No, I was thinking, No, I mean, it's a funny podcast, so I was trying to be funny. Not ambition, dude. I was thinking about like a first date like that went wrong.
Oh, and then he was like, I'm not only world now.
Definitely like a woman broke his heart. He's like, oh, guess what? I'm going to go fuck everyone else now. You know?
Maybe. What else? What else could have done that?
Construction outside of his apartment.
Yeah, construction outside of his fucking hut.
Yeah.
Guys that even every time he came outside, guys were like, "Hey, what's the weather?" When he had a chick, like, "Hey, whoa, look at that!" And he sounds like that's it. I'm conquering the world.
Yeah, he was 65 years old when he died.
Wow. 1162 is when
He was born.
I mean, yeah, Genghis Khan is fascinating. I don't know what you would see came up with first date. How did it go in your mind?
In my mind, it's like he's exciting to be on a first date. He's Genghis Khan. He's kind of like, oh, I love him. I'm gonna make him Mexican so I don't do the voice. I'm sure. Thank you for coming here. Okay, I'm just kidding. Hey, bro, like, fucking, I'm excited. I look good. Fucking this girl. I'm fucking smoking. Oh, you know what's funny is that like I was riding my horse the other day and like I thought about you because the sunset. Like the sun was beautiful when it was setting. And the girl's just like, why would you tell me that? I don't give a fuck about you. Wow. And then he's like, oh. I'm going to conquer the world.
Can I ask you a question? Did that ever happen to you? No, I'm just saying Trevor of the sunset and then
No.
I'm trying.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it would be funny, but it's fine.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of things that made me super angry. I guess construction is a pretty good. Like if I had a hole in my bathroom or something, they did a really bad job. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna conquer all of the world. Okay, how about this? I call to get a doctor's appointment and they don't have it for months or whatever. Maybe he's like a hypochondriac.
What if Charlie Kirk died and he was like, yo, I'm gonna fucking kill the whole Asian continent?
Yeah, then whatever version of Charlie Kirk was back then, some guy we don't know about, he got killed. So he was like a guy, he was giving a political speech back at that time, right? What would they have been like?
Tyler Robinson. What if Genghis Khan killed Charlie Kirk?
Oh fuck! So he had an excuse to do. He killed the Charlie Kirk at this time, so that he would have an excuse to conquer the world. And everyone's like, "Why? Are you doing this?" And he's like, "Well, we'll call it. What would be like a Genghis Khan type name for Charlie Kirk? Charles Kern. Charles Khan. He's related to it. So he's like, well, Charles Khan was murdered. So
Charles Kern.
Charles Kern was murdered, so I'm avenging his death.
Yeah.
And that means that I need to have sex with a lot of chicks.
That's the other thing too. Is like I never want to. I can't tell you how many times I've been having sex and thought about Genghis Khan.
That's weird.
Damn, this will fuck like a lot. And I'm like in the middle of it. I'm like, dude, I don't feel like Genghis. I don't want to feel like Genghis Khan because to me, it's like he's clocking in. He's not really. He's like he's working at a place called Legacy. You know, he's just like fucking all day. He's probably not even loving it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's probably soft. He's probably just nutting and these chicks soft as fuck. And then he's like, all right. And he probably kills them too because he kills so many people out.
You know what's funny about that? I was thinking they have been in so many things. Genghis Khan as like warriors, like they had been in the passport and all like some crazy things of what the wallet, all this. It's funny that they never invented a condom. I wonder if somebody came like, hey, we get a condom, and he just kills them.
It's like somebody. That's like Magic Mike going to the shop. Like, hey, we can brand a whole new Magic Mike out for your shop. Like, here it is. We're in tire truck. You know, whatever. And then for them, it's like the Genghis condom.
Yeah.
No, Nick, doesn't count. You really did have a lot of merch.
Oh hell yeah, the most merch. Some would say
his podcast was sick.
I wish they could. Yeah, if you could go back in time and give these people podcasts, Thomas Jefferson has a podcast.
He's like, hey, bro, so we just like fucking took over to the store today. We're live and direct from it. And this is Genghis Khan. Welcome to the Concast. The Concast.
The stuff that you'd hear, every podcast would be like trigger warning for people because of everything from the past would be so racist. Genghis Khan would be laughing about like murdering people and you know what else.
In my opinion, I think he'd be like Tim Cat. It's like Tim Cool.
He'd have a beanie.
He'd have a beanie. Well, yeah, because he always has that hat on.
Yeah.
I just picture Tim Cool as Genghis Khan. You know?
Yeah.
Interviewing Alex Jones about Joe Rogan's penis.
For sure. I get, yeah, they're both. What if you could bring Genghis Khan back through time and you put him on the Joe Rogan podcast, but he's just Genghis Khan? Joe Rogan's like, wow, dude, the great, powerful Genghis Khan. I can't believe you're on the podcast. It's so great to have you. And then Genghis Khan just like disappeared, which is right there still because he's Genghis Khan. Every podcast he's on, he's just he's so scared. He's like breaking things and like setting the thing on fire, and then he reconquers the world somehow. He just keeps doing it. Oh man, Genghis Khan kills Joe Rogan would be great.
He's 5'6" to 5'8", no count. Doesn't even matter.
Oh, what? He was even at 12? That's kind of crazy.
Genghis Khan, the exact height of unknown, the historical record for his lifetime, has never measured or done his stature. However, he was 8 feet tall.
The women I heard during this time were also like kind of warriors too. Like they could string a bow, they could like ride a horse real quick. The Mongol women could protect the area, like their homestead or whatever it is too. So they were just like Joanna. Yeah, very capable women.
Yeah.
Posting all the time.
Yeah.
They could do just what the man did.
I wonder what Instagram was like back then. You know what I mean? Most Mongol warriors.
He's had something. And we bring all these people into the future and give them Instagram so you can see what Mongols would post like.
They'd all end up on Joanna's page. They're like, oh, she has a fat ass.
Or the women have OF.
Yeah.
Genghis Khan's wife has an OF.
Definitely not. Well, she had 1,000 watches.
So at least one would have OF, statistically speaking, from a scientific perspective.
Dude, imagine the amount of problems he heard like in the day. Like, he got that 1,000 times, dude.
That's why he was gone so much.
Yeah.
He conquered the world because he just didn't want to come home and have to answer for not taking out the trash or whatever it was. Being an absent father to his
real man's man.
Thousands of children. He was the Andrew Tate of his time.
Yeah.
Maybe he was like that. Hopefully not.
I know it. Probably, honestly.
Andrew, he goes on Andrew Tate's podcast, and again, it's just, oh, man, it's good to have you here.
The only podcast he doesn't kill the host is Birdcast. Just gets him drunk.
Oh, and he's doing the Birdcast. They're drinking, and he throws up, and they throw up, and they're having a good time. And then Christina Fitzy comes in. Sounds like hell yeah.
Kills him and starts having sex with him.
Oh god. We should be the guys that bring Genghis Khan back, and he kills people. That would be kind of funny. We get blamed for it.
That would be a way better Jurassic Park. You know, people want to bring back like dinosaurs and stuff like that. We should bring back like Mao Zedong, Genghis Khan, Stalin, Hitler. Let's have them all in like a Disneyland style park.
You can see them.
Or put them all on Mars and see who conquers that world. You know?
Yeah, because they can't really harm anyone there, I suppose. It would be funny just to have Hitler in a zoo and you can kind of throw stuff at him, or like, because he'd be so disoriented. He's like constantly ducking. Stop throwing shit at me, everyone hate me. Because he sucks. Hitler's thirsty. He's like very thirsty. No one gives him water. There's like a Hitler thirsty tower where he's just trying to now. Everybody gets to see him not being like drink water. Like, look, it's Hitler's thirsty. to just do different. It's like this is the Hitler that's thirsty. This is the Hitler that's hungry. This is the Hitler that's yeah. Then we made like super. We make him like super paranoid. Like we're like, and we like this is the Hitler where we just have random voices come so that only he can hear. We put like a everyone's watching you, but in German. And he's yelling, "Who's looking at the eyes? There's someone behind you." He's like, he's all scared. He won't come out. Fucking different ways of torturing him would be good. What's another way to torture him? Shock Hitler, where you just kind of zap him with things.
Have Genghis Khan getting fucked by a bunch of dudes. Because he fucked somebody with it.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
You know he's homophobic, right? Like,
well, for sure, yeah, probably. But then again, in ancient societies, you never really know. Because remember, like, Greeks, I think they were pretty okay with that.
No historical evidence shows that Genghis Khan was homosexual. He had multiple wives and concubines and fathered wives that were children. Furthermore, historical legal codes attributed to his reign actually banned same-sex.
Yeah, so he's a bit homophobic, probably.
He is very homophobic.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Is he homophobic? It was just same-sex sexual acts had the death penalty.
Oh, I didn't see the death penalty for you. Yeah. That's about as homophobic as you can get.
Yeah. So we got him in the corner of the zoo getting fucked by dudes. Joseph Stalin starved him out. Just don't give him any food.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm thinking about like things you could do that are kind of ridiculous too. I don't. This is so redacted. I don't even want to say that one. But just putting a random person in there with him that makes no sense. Like I don't even know who Trisha Paytas is, but I saw something online about her. Just put her in there with Hitler and have them react to each other.
That's not good though.
Because
I think she'll want to have sex with him. He's gonna have Hitler babies.
It would be so fucked up if you're one of the people that you're a caretaker. Your job is to watch over Hitler, and like one of the people that works there gets pregnant. You're like, who's baby? Like, well, not him. You would be worried for a second. Anyone that worked there that gets pregnant, you'd be a little worried that they had sex with Hitler. Or Genghis Khan or Stalin. But I think that Hitler and Stalin would be a lot worse than Genghis Khan. Because at least Genghis Khan could be like, look, I was old as shit. I had no idea that this was immoral. I was just fucking, look, someone broke up with me on a first date. But like Hitler and Stalin, they know what they're doing. They're pretty bad guys.
Oh, we do have some voicemails. I gotta get going right now. Let me see. I listened to one of them, and here it is. What up, guys? Questions about you would Taco Bell, or you would run a hard I live in Massachusetts. Fuck your mother. That's a good suggestion. Never heard of it. Jonathan, thank you for calling. 775-557-8667. You guys from Massachusetts.
Yeah, I think it might have been that guy, Mark, right?
Okay.
You should call us from Tams. Yeah, go to the Tams. Let us know how it is. We also have Patreon, early access to Tim Mrs. Shop, our other podcast on that show. That's best. Oh, I got Mo.
And you guys gotta give it up to us. The construction was good.
Hell yeah.
There was a lot of like 3 minutes continuous construction.
Pretty good. Hell yeah.
like right when we started the podcast, but then like within the same time we started the podcast.
Let's use the laziness that they have.
Yeah.
Let's use that.
All right. Bye. Later.
Alright, back to the shop. It's Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day to all the homeless cats and everybody out there.
For all your service.
Yeah, you serve all the clientele in the restaurant. People would be hungry without you. So thank you to Haphazard and Successful Egg and all the
Deleted accounts on Reddit that got too icy.
exactly. Yeah, the mods. Shout out to the mods. Nobody thinks them enough. I don't think so. Merman. But anyways, that's not why you're here. You're here to watch Tim as the shops to start the timer. Play the chain clip.
The my heroes are Mongo, Lloyd Christmas, JMA, ZF, Monkey Nose, Thurman Merman, and Smooth 5-0.
These are heroes, people.
Heroes, dude. And some of them are for veterans, dude. I think there's probably any of those monsters.
Yeah, dude. I need a fucking tater tot once a week.
Thanks. Alright, let's see what we got here. The first post of today is from It Was Ramirez. Water weed.
Now, it's almost like Ireland or something like Irish food. It's
Dude, here. They probably are a hair shop.
I don't even know. There's a flag up on the top. I don't know what flag that is. But definitely in English because it says sweet shop and shop next to it. Okay. Also be here.
Shout out to It Was Ramirez. This next one we've got is posted by You'll Do Nothing. Slow day in the kitchen, so here's a classic. The best barbecue in America is in Denver.
When in regards to the argument you feel, but in regards to the food in Denver, listen, man, I'm the 20th time I tried food everywhere. I'm the thing I tried food everywhere.
It's where he's from.
It's so funny, man. It's not good.
I tried food every single place I go. I'll tell you the best barbecues in Denver, Colorado.
His face. He's the audience, not the same vibe.
That's the audience when the comedian goes, "They give it up for Jelly Roll."
It's literally the face you make with Indian greatest steaks.
I'm blowing your mind. Maybe it's a steak, yep.
Yeah, I know.
I've been everywhere. Any Cody, if he doesn't make way on the next fight, I'm going back. I'm thinking Brothers Barbecue. You're not fat. One of the barbecue things that run this brother, how brothers comes out, and I'm not associated with him. This is my favorite part. I've been there for you. We gotta stop having bro. I believe you. There's a show in English too. British brothers travel around America. All the best barbecue spots, and then stealing
That's funny. I don't remember the stealing the ideas part of being British. Because that's what job used to always get, criticized for, is they would take other people's things, their designs, and stuff like that. But British people doing barbecue, wow.
questions. Oh, I love that. There's the food is like that. We take home food is like have a British guy come here. Fair point. Fair point. Fair point. Fair point. I've been in Memphis. I've been in Memphis. I've been in like
That's so disrespectful. These are all good points made by the other guy. I mean, he's right. Brennan Shaw's wrong. And I think Brennan Shaw realized at the end of the clip that he's wrong. I forgot about this. You know, it's Memorial Day. It's good to remind yourself.
Yeah. That's what all these chips live in.
Yes.
All these clips live in things.
Someone said the most of them.
This is posted by 911 Slasher Hasher. Not to be confused with shit or throat slitter. The man dragon.
I mean, he is funny. Like, but I don't like it for personal reasons. Like, you just put it personal. I mean, there was one time when my she had seen me act 1,000 times at the comedy store, so she's on. I know. So I turned around the corner and he's drained all over my ass. Like, and you know, he doesn't have a very issues with somebody, bro. So unless you want your next set to be through a straw, you will you're the end of it. I'm not a tough guy at all. I'd say something like that. And like I said, I believe one of his kids she had a reason to she had nothing against him for money. She just like, hey, he was pretty towards me, this, and that. He basically said it was a bad day, which, you know, we've all been on bad days, but we were accused of assault. So,
Yeah, no, well said. These things, shout out to our skateboard. They're better than you guys.
every time somebody mentions those people, they're always like, you know, he's a kid.
Yeah, yes, yeah. He talks about the bad dragon. Everybody is killing.
Yeah.
You know,
We have the first one, Steve. We're just reinventing the wheel here. Not yet posted this one. Chin, am I hard on you?
I'll get to some of the evidence you're saying. Look,
What's happening? Give me 1 second. Okay, we're good.
just don't be so hard on Chin. But he put Chin. The restricts. Why would I snap John's head off, man? I love that I can't wait to snap his head off. I'm not fucking am I hurting you, Chin? No, I will snap his fucking neck.
Why would he say that?
Why would he say, yeah, what it would never make sense.
What? We're gonna be hard on each other? No homo? You free artist says, wasn't at 18 ready to have kids. I'm 24. Like, how's we doing? Your friend is obviously strong. It's like throwing me away, throwing run away, and then eventually you can see in the video, like, it's just me and Brendan, and then Brian kind of just leaves. Me and Brian against Brendan, he just leaves. And I'm so stubborn with shit. So he got me into like a weird thing on the floor. One time. So you go over, just tap on like it was already like portions of it.
I said what happened, and you said Brandon Brian, that was an ego. That was an ego.
Hey, by the way, I'm gonna.
And I don't get it. Like, at our age and older, I don't want to do shit like that. When I was recording with Tom and John, or the Chaco State thing, JT started doing that with the producer of the show at the end. They were wrestling, and I was like, I would never, I'm going to break something. It's just too, and then that's what happened. He hurt his fucking leg. Brennan can't even run. He hurt his hamstring running against Chappelle. They got to be careful. They work in a storage facility. They can easily hurt themselves.
Yeah. What is the life insurance like in these storage facilities?
It's so funny. And she was, well, I mean, not that he would die, but if she was married and he died, and his wife got life insurance because he got choked out by Shop. He died from that.
Alright, this next one's posted by Rabbit023. It's called Slojo Thanking Papa for what's truly important after 14 years together, the biggest rock. Kids are bloodless, I guess. Happy anniversary, my love, and 7 years of legal marriage, 14 together. Legal marriage is a weird way to put it that way, but a lifetime ago, thank you for making sure I have the biggest rock, so man, that men don't get too close without knowing I'm taking.
Is there, oh, there it is.
It's the smallest bag.
Yeah, well, she wants to know that there's a reason for why they're together, and the reason is because they spend a lot of money.
That's exactly what a relationship should be. One second, let me take a note really quick. The biggest rock.
I'm not Mr. Whole Foods.
Jelly Roll actually got his wife a huge ring made of bologna. Little fact. This was posted. Yeah, not really fun. This was posted by King Kind Experience 193. Whoa, is this copyright infringement? Doesn't count if it's Spanish, right? Instagram post generator podcast host with a promo picture. Ricardo Gill.
Interesting to choose that of all things. He's just licensing out his image to anyone.
Yes.
Learn Spanish with Brendan Shaw.
Great guy, never met him. You'll do nothing. Let's see here. What do you think of the set? We criticized the set heavily before.
I guess it's better. This is better than what it was before, I guess. So,
He's on my series.
It's still like so haphazard and random. I'm now noticing the raccoon with the cigarette. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Have we seen that before?
I sent you that.
You sent me that. Yes. That is a weird thing. If they know who we are, maybe they don't. But what I'm noticing in the bag that is a little sloppy is the globe is in front of a random. What are those things? Funko Pop. And then something is behind the globe.
His phone.
I'm letting myself navigate. God. All right. Well, I'm ready.
You remember my Funko Pop theory?
What's cool?
I
wasn't school me on that.
My Funko Pop theory is that on YouTube, when you see somebody with more of the Funko Pop behind them, it's their level of depression.
Sure. Have you noticed this? No.
Oh, wow. Yeah. It's a working theory. People are actually on board with this.
I can see it for him, but some people just love Funko Pop so much that like if you go to their desk and Funko Pops are everywhere, they're just like really.
Bobby is one of the close to words. Driving my son to baseball practice. He's on my. He's a brilliant mind when it comes to jiu-jitsu. Brian Shaw, Frank Grill, love Frank. I don't know Brian at all. I know Calvin's close with him. I've never met the Giant, but I'm a fan of him as a kid. I'm not, but we have Brian Shaw.
It's literally meant to be.
Find that in the house. Or the world's strongest man in the house.
He has a memory of.
Believe the marketing the bag play posted by Ballback Barry 69. Laugh with me, not happy, bro. I don't know. This is a very low post, but we're doing hot today since we recorded out of schedule. Post by Chin Menudo. Word of advice to crit Chin's replacement. Let Papa open that package. Chin claims is quote old studio. Wow, yeah, he was just pretty right there, right. This was supposed to be 98. Papa asks AGL to move on. AGL explains eloquently why he doesn't. Okay, so, dude, I have a sneaking suspicion that not it is unique. Could be, yeah. Every video we see of his, it has all the telltale signs of a unique video.
What's funny about that is maybe you're right. It is one of the neatest things you could possibly say to something unique. And that's what the diabolical thing is saying.
That's the narrative.
Not yet. Unique now and not emotionally destroyed by what you just said.
What else is he going to talk about? What else is he going to do? Brandon, it's also been 3 years to get God to move on. But tacos.
Well, I do a lot of editing, but always thinking about music. Yeah. No, you know what? I talk shit to people. That's what they like. Yes,
he's a guy gay man. I'm like, I envy the language that he used to like debate people. She's like, this is my mouth. It's like, it's okay. I can type talk shit to you. You're out talk shit to me. Like, this doesn't stress me out. It's like, I like how he says out talk shit to me. It's like the wrong way of saying it. He's so full of shit. No, that's right. What the fuck, man? That's social media. This isn't real. Out talk shit to me. I like that. That's what I'm saying, man. Are you trying to out talk shit to me?
You wish you could talk like me in ATL.
I do.
Shit.
Sorry about that. Or they'll constantly say this to my story and be like, to a brand. I was like, no, this is just like eating breakfast for me. Like, when you out of context, you think I'm like raging out. I'm like, no, there's a smile on my face all the time. This guy's a fucking idiot. And I know he's going to say that to him, when they're on the floor. I know he's on my face. Oh, I have lip fillers. They discovered my secret lip fillers. I don't have lip fillers. Sorry, I'm moving super slow because like a wave. So thank you so much about reading the job.
Yeah. All the good points, but with your I still see it.
That one's for the sure.
Oh, what's next?
Yeah. Tell me here. No, you don't always equal good. Just look at my special plus what you'll do. I watch this in my free time.
just because someone's getting views doesn't mean it's the biggest or best. So it's like, it's like my special. I think it's at 3 million views. It ain't a 3 million view special. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's not even that 3 minutes.
God damn it, Brendan.
It's only 22 minutes long,
And that's why it's only 22 minutes long.
Yeah, because if it is longer, obviously.
But I can run on there for 3 million views. What's up? Yeah, I know. But you're in the comments, it's like, so for Jake Paul, it's like, oh, they give me the views. It's like, Tyson's like, no, it's really good. Have you read the comments? Does that make sense? Does that translate here?
That's actually a really good metaphor.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
it's not a metaphor. It's simple. That's like my special. That's definitely on the nose.
How about the uglies? Reset.
Any thoughts?
I just that still made it look like the N-word those Facebook There's always something new that I can see when I see that. And I like that he's, being somewhat self-aware, but it's funny, in the self-awareness, there's a lack of self-awareness.
Yeah.
It's not in there.
Let's just take a gander at the newest comments on special. Choose the dumbest. Okay, as not even I've ever understood it. So it's a chick comment there. 100% ass. How can anything possibly be this bad? This is the last hour, folks.
This is what said that while we're recording.
Props to the peeps that are laughing. I'm not a stand-up comedian, but I genuinely think I could do a better set of this on the fly with zero preparation. Brendan Chop sucks at comedy and loves the mask. What a tool. This is really, really bad, really bad. Just reiterating, Sky Fan shots. The only funny parts were me reacting to how funny he thought he sounded. This makes me miserable. This is better than Burn the Boat. Nope, this ain't it. Bro, this thick brand is ridiculous. Well, it's not that, so yeah, you didn't appreciate that. Yeah. Anyways, hey Baba, just a quick check in there. Let's go back to Reddit. So then we have a not yet post. Brenda sold Johanna's G-Wagon to some Saudi dude for 70K profit. That's all she sold. Let's see here.
Something, asking Peggy to buy something. I remember taking that money to drop him off at school in the lightning. Yeah. So for your first question goes, does Joe like to change out cars often as yourself? No, she thinks the opposite. So there's nothing she loves more than the G-Wagon. It's her absolute favorite car. And during the pandemic, there was this She had one before that. She just loves G-Wagons any year or whatever it is. That's her shit. She loves them. So Greg called him and said, hey man, they're having a production issue with the G-Wagon. They're not coming to the States. The prices are double right now. So how long can we double? I said, I don't know. But as soon as the factory gets back up, the price is going to settle down. Dude, we could probably get you double. I said, I'll put some feelers out. Boom. We had some Saudi dude offer us like 190. I paid 120. I sold that shit fast. Literally the next day, that bitch was on a boat to fucking Saudi Arabia. I kind of regret doing that, especially at that time, you know. So eventually, you make some.
It's like, I regret doing that. Oh, he feels bad about ripping somebody off. But then it's because his wife misses the car. So he ripped someone off and he pissed off his wife for $70,000.
For the work?
Yeah.
Gotta get her one of those. Yeah, she doesn't care if it's 2015, 13, 16, 17, brand new. She does not care. She loves G-Wagons. I always trip on a G-Wagon. I don't fit in them great. They're not the most comfortable, right? Especially the inside, like the caps, the tight. She fucking adores them. Like, that's her shit. As far as, like, I built up my excursion and sold that. The kids were pissed off about that. Built that Lightning out, sold that. The kids were pissed off about that. The Lightning and the excursion, the two ones that they were mad. I'm mad at the excursion, dude. I can't wait to try it once. You had such a clean eye. Still looking right now. I can find another. I still my kids told me I'll get another one.
Now that you don't live in the San Fernando Valley anymore, what street was your last house on? I grew up in Northridge, and I'm just curious. Thanks for everything.
Should be 47 now that you don't live in.
No, weird question. Yeah, this is a real thing.
Yeah.
Well, if you were a real question, what was your question?
Okay. What? It's not creepy. Like, what school did you get to and that stuff? Like, but that question, that would be creepy just again, no matter who you are. What street did you live on? Maybe that person would have been on the spectrum or something.
Oh, yeah. I know that you're on my man a lot now, but what size underwear do you used to wear?
Like, what brand and color of underwear do you wear when you're working out?
I mean, we could do a lot of skits and bits on the Patreon situation.
On Patreon, the review of the Patreon. Yeah.
All right, let's see. Here, so then this is posted by Not Yet. He's up and down this timeline here. It's posted by Not Yet Hot Chin. Drops a Papa meme, and the producers discuss how podcasting doesn't pay the car bills.
So then, get it next Wednesday. Are you leasing it or payments or payments? Paid a lot. I did a 48-month payment. That's good. Okay. Yeah. Nice. People advise to not go above 60. All those financial gurus. I think. Okay. I was laughing at the talking about trying to give you views.
God damn it. At least one kid. Oh. Let's see here.
He sent me to like automatically, and I'm like, no, I'm just gonna do it, and I'm even planning on paying it off sooner than that. That's awesome. Yeah. I have a vehicle. Mine is like got 140,000 miles. Just cost me $100 to fill it up. I do that roughly once a week, and I was taking back and forth to Calabasas for free, no gas. If I have to charge it, it's like $8. It's like 99 different. Obviously, pay as always. Yeah, exactly. And then Nancy was like this when he says something, he's like, oh yeah, he's like a whole vibe with it. Now he's gonna be so like aware of it this whole pod.
So is Chip in the woods? Is he really in the woods?
I mean, it's in a storage facility for sure. I think. I've been toying. I'm like, do I pay my car down? I only have a little bit left on the loan payment. Pay it down, get rid of it, upgrade, to a testing or something, but I'm doing the whole thing of like analyzing all these different car prices, like how much it would be to own a gas car versus electric. Everything, any electric option is like, you might as well have a Tesla because it's like you have access to the superchargers or whatever. And just doing the whole car thing sucks. It's just so funny how differently we do things. I got pissed off and I bought a car that will be delivered within an hour. And you are looking up and down. Have you thought about just riding your car out for a while now? That's yes. Well, the difference is I actually owe more than it's probably that I would get for it. What's that called? You're like, it's what I'm thinking about during this is like all four of these dudes were involved in one podcast. It took these four guys to make TFK and all that other shit that they did. What were they doing? I don't know. Because they still left everything in that van. What was their job? We should get four idiots to do our podcast. Yeah. We can make it.
It somehow makes our show worse. You know?
Yeah, they're so bad that it makes our show worse. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, so I still owe like a decent amount on the car, and if I were to trade it in, they'd give me like only $4,000 for it. You know, so it's like I'm still paying. I'm gonna try to just pay it down as fast as possible. Is it the one like I've been in and stuff? Yeah. I have a silver like 2014 BMW. It's great, but how long have you I've had it for about. I got it, I think, in 2020, so I think maybe 6 years.
Hot chip could easily be like, well, you can get my cat. It's like, no, you suck ass. We don't even talk.
No, I don't know shit about cars. Yeah, dude, never been a truck guy.
This is the early onset car guy syndrome right here. You know? Yeah. Next thing you know, you're walking to, you buy a truck. You know what I mean? You're trying to walk into a truck and get your dick sucked. Imagine buying a truck just to get your dick sucked.
I mean, remember I told the story about how I bought the car. I did one episode on that, and I never want to think about it again.
You told me to believe it. I was like, no, this is golden stuff.
Yeah, you can take it out.
This one's posted by Sick Cards, bro. It's called Chompy Looking Out for Us Homeless Ones. 5-year-old dressed up as superhero cats because it makes him feel like he's saving the world. Oh, that's nice.
Great guy.
This by MTV code 232. I thought I never had a shorter-lived hobby than his 24 hours of archery last year.
Oh yeah, man, that was good. That was a good one. Yeah, archery thing was funny. Oh,
archery country hats. Wow, that's the only reason why. What? Some sponsor?
Oh, merch, yeah. We gotta do merch. We get the chance. Doesn't matter what it is. Every day.
At least my thing about some people was right. This is posted by Ostrich Smoothie. Why they allow him water? Why they allow him food? Okay.
Like, I always wonder why they allow me to come on the GRE and say stuff. I know all the stuff that I don't know what it unlocks. Well, it's easy to dismiss any. Why do they?
Yeah, who's they?
Sherman Charles, and by the way, the LLMs. I mean,
Yeah,
Very straight. Never heard of it. The tech firms are allowing you to go on GRE.
fucking Weinstein, dude. Eisenstein, whatever his name is, bro. That guy knows a lot. He's different.
Cool story.
What's that, Joe?
Cool story, bro. But where's the fucking rain at? That's not what I know. What happened to the good days of this fucking show? Where we got rain and Magic Mind, yeah, Helix mattresses.
How can you do a show without rain?
Yeah. This one's posted by Williams DJ01. Cam is on that blue scorpion milk and peptides. Sage Kennedy has reported Cam Haynes to USADA. Cam Haynes is a archer.
I don't know who he is, but I know who saw us like the drug testing thing.
He ran 2 hours and 39 minutes for a marathon. A week later, he filed it to the scientific agency. Agency. 18 years old is different for a marathon. So that's good for this episode.
Any festival.
Big Browns, all Browns, posted by Trips soon.
That's good for this episode. I'll answer all the rest of your questions on Sunday. So much for all the questions. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Make the show what it is. And man, welcome to the breakdown. I'm out. It's Gino, bitch!
Every week we run into at least one painted narrative, so let's see how we can do top for the week now. Because we're allowed to do a video facilities that we've already seen, so we're just trying to see what we haven't yet. We saw that one, we saw that one, we saw that one. Okay, here we go. Posted by Least Tangelo, 8502. Rogan and Jamie both laugh at Shab's new show named Doing Impromptu Robot.
Of course you are. If you go to TUBI, this is 411 to Hunted. It's been a while, so check out Gearheads Gone Wild. It's my friend's show. Okay, so,
This guy's like, alright, anyway, it's the worst thing about which I've ever heard. Other guy just been like, nothing, he's good, he doesn't give a fuck, dude. Not even gonna pretend, of course, like, I don't know what that is, don't care. I'm not a fucking co-signing like that. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
This one's a Icarus Lives. What happens next? Part 32. Alright. Let's see. What happens next?
I am white as shit, Dallas. Yeah. It was actually, someone rented me when I was a UFC fighter. Someone rented me.
Our 8-year-old's birthday party.
Rented me for 2 8-year-olds' birthday party. They sent me a limo, right? No, they didn't give me any info. At the time, I had no money financially. They gave me 40K grand.
Okay.
$10,000. They give me a limo. They drive me like 3 hours in the sticks on some.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. I mean, I have no idea what he says, but that would be great.
Native American ranch houses, dope-ass houses, right? I walk in and it's like a scene out of Train. There's all these Native Americans in white beaters, tattoos from head to toe, playing cards. I'm like, what is this? There's a giant fish tank behind. There's a giant fish tank. Check this out. I go outside and the mom's like, oh, so glad you came. You know,
Prominent feature of him using his Tron too. Oh yeah, he's using obviously using his Tron. Those Trons are gay apparently. My kids are big fans. My husband's a big fan.
I want it to be gay.
It makes more sense. My kids are fans. That's for an 8-year-old birthday party. Why would you have them there? Or the dad is so bored during birthday party. He's like, I need my entertainment. I'm a big fan of Brendan Schaub. He's not famous yet, apparently.
Fighting.
That makes sense.
Oh, they're gonna push me.
listen. I'm a big fan of my other who gives me $2,000 cash. She's like, do we sneak in here for an hour? And she goes, it's a UFC thing party. My kids live in a how are your kids? She goes, 8.
He needs me to have a UFC fight. It was at the Octagon.
Yeah.
It's made of like dog neon, has little fighters on it. Then the kid, she gives them gloves and they start fighting. The kids in them start fighting. Straight up fighting UFC stuff. And I'm like, oh my god, I want the fuck out of here. Get you some. Where is this?
Colorado.
This was way up in the sticks. So I was like, no, it's California. Yeah, when I played music.
I know, but it's hard to guess now.
My memory, I mean, I vaguely remember him talking about people fighting in the Native American something, but I don't remember anything else. It's classic.
I started to be like, I guess I got it. Did he die?
The costumes.
Did he die, the Reverend?
Reverend.
What do you call it?
Well, the Reverend.
also a myth. So if you drink 8 cups of coffee, that still counts as fluids. It's a diuretic, but it's still a fluid.
It's a diuretic, which means it's dehydrated.
If you push that to it, it's still liquid.
You're gonna get kidney stones and stuff.
I feel great right now.
Make the difference.
I feel great right now. Although I always get pretty sick from drinking so much coffee, so I throw up and stuff on sides. Yeah.
Well, Thursday, that means it's time for another edition of Ask Ellen. So Chris wants to know, is there any truth to the old saying, red sky at night, peaches light, red sky in the morning, peaches take warning?
I love this one. I've been waiting for someone to ask this. We've all seen it, a really gorgeous nighttime sky where it is just vibrant red. We always say that thing, red sky at night, peaches light. So is it true? Is there anything behind it? Well, let's start first with why we actually see a sunset.
When you reach out with a guy with long arms like Tim Hollis, I'm so good at Darcy's I have long arms too. It's a peaches delight. You know?
The storm story pass. That one actually holds true.
Peaches delight. Wow, these are getting long. I like it. I feel like we just sat in the theater and watched the whole film. Yeah, it's like. Let's see what else we got here. Appropriate Duty 930 posted this one. The Chombies parent can't afford summer camp. I don't get this one. You can't afford summer camp, so they die. I guess. I recently watched the film Black Phone 2. Have you seen this one?
Hey, Mr. Corey, how are you?
I keep forgetting. I want to see that, so no spoilers.
How are you?
I'm lovely. I had a really nice podcast today. Got another one tomorrow.
Right,
That's cool.
right.
You ready?
Yeah, that's fine.
How was your day?
It was good. I had a good day.
Excellent.
Just a good day. Yay. I'm tired. Uh-oh. Guess what? I gotta get it.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, come on, Rabbi.
No doubt.
Okay. Hey.
Look at you. Look at you. It's Aquarius. That's 2 strikes in a row.
Yeah. That was a good one. Hey, Rabbi.
I tried.
Hello, everybody.
How you living, big dog?
You see there's a hell of a game going on right now?
I'm in the middle of the game right now, so I don't see it. But I'll take a look when I can.
It's the Cubs, my team is St. Louis, and
Excellent,
St. Louis Cardinals.
Excellent, big dog.
Rabbi.
What's up?
Hi.
Oh, give it.
How you doing, Mr. Aquarius?
Hi, Brandon.
How are you, Mr. Aquarius?
I'm good, Rabbi. How are you?
Me?
You mean Brandon?
Fine.
Yeah, Brandon. You know what I mean. I'm sorry. I'm tired,
Me too. You see when this cold last night?
Brandon.
I see what Angel last night.
Yeah.
Screen time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I I'm over there. Screenshot sports team.
Yeah, we're doing the sport. Yeah. Okay.
I got one account doing the sports, and another account doing gaming.
All right. Awesome. Yeah,
I win, you win. Reload.
Reload. Well, I'm happy to hear from you.
How about hear from me, Mr. Class?
Hey, you're doing good.
How's life been going, Mr. Class?
Been good, hanging in, just working. What about you?
Been good. We're dealing with weather.
Yeah, that's true. Same here.
Look at that.
Yeah, I've been dealing with weather. It's been keeping it holy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I've been dealing with that.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You made it. Yay, good job.
Thank you, man.
Yay, good job.
Yes, ma'am. Get it.
It makes you laugh, Mr. Class.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. You're enjoying your game?
My comic book. 0-1 right now. I'm 8-1 right now.
All right.
So I'm hoping win.
That's fair.
Good job. Come on, Rabbi. Come on, strike.
I'm trying.
Good thing.
Thank you, man. No one's touching you today.
I don't know why. I don't know.
Zoot says hello, by the way.
I missed it. You got it. Oh, someone said hello.
Yes.
He's doing okay. Did you tell him your joke?
Yeah, he did. He liked it.
No, that's good.
We never agree on jokes.
He doesn't use it, I hope.
I told him to. I hope he does.
I know.
Comeback time. No. Tie. There we go. You win, I win, I win, you
Yay.
win. Undefeated in bowling, undefeated in friendship.
Yeah, we both win. We always win. Every day, all day.
All day, every day, man.
No losers here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Rabbi, Brandon, go back to the house. That's the Brandon. What's the Brandon? No way, he's gone. At least I got to hear his voice, though, Rabbi.
Yes, ma'am.
You too. And you're going to have a good podcast tomorrow. Get you some sleep. Guys, see you tomorrow, guys.
Okie dokie. Take care, Mr. Query.
Okay. Drink.
What the God there at you? What the God there at you?
I'm not sure.
I can slap my time to be screwed over. Scared friend. Alex, Rabbi. It's not, Brandon. It's 15 feet of space. Yeah, just pull us over there. I'll actually lay on my back and actually flip like a straight over. Yeah.
My name's Ming. This is the space. First, I'm going to give you the space.
It's all right. Come on. You want a blocker?
Skill. Skill. It's fucking bad.
Oh, it's bad. Oh,
Skill. Alright. Yeah, so you're not missing out on much. I haven't finished it yet. It's okay. I
yeah, I know it's on a streamer. The other day I was like, oh. Netflix. Okay. Yeah, a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, dude, it's a while. We saw this one. How did podcasting go? Peter Chase, the Iceberg, and Brandon Child and Brian Calendar on the Titanic. Excellent post from Blue Walker. You saw that one? Friday content. This is like, I couldn't even finish watching this when I saw it. I was like, wow, it's just crazy. So they did it. And I swear to God, and I believe it. So it's going to be a lot of songs. So what the DJ thinks he found songs. It's just very showing your ass as much as possible.
Yeah.
First one is sorry.
Yeah, that's awesome.
At least it's scripture related. Not just on personal people like this.
That's funny. I like that. It's like they kind of do that sometimes. Like if you say something mean on thread, like, "Are you sure you want to post this?" They should do that to her when they're asked. Yes. They're like, "You're a mom. Most moms don't post stuff like this." You know, they say other users don't respond like this or whatever. You see it.
You can turn the comments off on every post. Are you sure you want to post this? All right. What are we doing? Posted by Diego. Oops. Too old. Too old. You want to go in a full sprint with me right now? Let's see if my hamstrings are okay.
No, I don't want to. Shop taught us a lesson. You know, a lot of things he does, they're stupid, but they're also like, yeah, I know, I should. Maybe I would have subtracted it.
Yeah, and there's like literally athletes in the NBA Western Conference Finals, Eastern Conference Finals, pulling hamstrings. These are the most fit people of all time.
Yes.
And when they go into a full sprint, sometimes they pull a hamstring.
Yeah, we're just two guys that do 10 minutes of shop.
Our hamstrings are begging for us to go into a full sprint so that we can become sedentary for a little while longer, because that's what our body likes to do.
Yeah, that'd be
Hamstrings there. Nobody's on for chin. Baka proposal good news. Vacation proposal good news. I don't think we've seen this yet.
I'd like to go visit my family and friends again. Just another weekend. Yeah, that's it. I mean, 13th and 20th, though. You guys want to just go done? Sure. We can. Take a break. I've never heard that. That'd be kind of cool just to have a week off. But either way, I'm going to miss, I always miss working, so we'll set up a real breakdown. But friends don't take a week off. Sometimes it breaks. We also have, I do some stuff. You know, we want to have stuff. We'll figure it out. Yeah, we know no crazy friends. I want to actually.
It's just the worst podcast ever made.
yeah, like that. It's probably broken record saying that could be set off. Just playing it real quick. What you want to do? Just well, yeah. We have episode now. All right.
Honestly, Chip, don't show up for a week. Why do you have to replace you? I fucking doubt it, dude.
Yeah, if you want to see your family, Chip, go see your family.
Please, we look at the cameras right here.
Shop won't even know that one. He switched. Shop won't even know that he's gone. He'll just show up and think, oh my god, I did a whole thing. Where's the video?
Shop's doing podcasting without the recording on it. Yeah, dude. That's Chip's leave. They're not going to notice. Andy Roddick, schools Papa on being a baseball dad must find not yet. See what I'm saying? This is definitely
Great at basketball. I could make a tennis. What do you say to that?
There's two things. There's one, whenever you think your kid is really good at something, just travel a little further.
Wow.
Right. So like you see the kids in our league, wow, like what a great thought. There's how many kids are in your league? Are they there's 10 in their league, so therefore we think they're awesome.
Yes.
Right, yes. It's like that in the state.
That's really good.
So then it's like let's apply math to excellence a little bit, and like let's stress test against that. The worst question I get asked all the time is how many hours a day did you train? Wow. And I was like, I don't know, when I was 9, I could hold my attention for like an hour. And what I think is how many hours can you play before it becomes tedious and not fun? Wow. Some kids play 3 hours and they love it the whole time. Wow. You're doing a disservice to the kids that have an hour and a half. They feel terrible with the last hour of practice. And you can say, let's build 5 minutes. Right? Because some guy you asked who used to play sports says 4 hours, you're going to go do 4. Like there's different kids progress
sense. There's not like a stock answer. The other thing that they'll say is like, if you're a parent and your kids control the control happens when the bell strikes, the conversation can't be for the rest of the day. That ref sucks. Right? You're in control. You show up where you are when you're the first ones that are ready to throw with time. So like, if the conversation centers around the stuff that's in your control, and you get 95% of those right, you're gonna have a lot more days that feel like wins. So good. Gosh, that's good. Yeah, that's total bullshit. The best dads you want your kid to be good at sports, and I know this because I was really good. Is one, ask yourself, is there a cubby? Is my stuff in the cubby? Can I hang out at the cubby? Am I yelling at the referee this thing? Did my son get a home run off him? I yell at him after that.
Okay, so for today's baseball lesson, is it an umpire or is it a grunt? This guy's sucking answers are good.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Don't even swing your hardest. It's a good part because they're going to strike you out.
Yeah, they're going to strike you out anyway, so like, I gotta get on the field. It's actually my bad if I let umpire feel that I'm yelling at him.
Flip the bat as hard as you can. I want 4 flips on. I want that bat's hamstring to be straight.
Because they have a DNA that maybe Andy Roddick doesn't get it because he plays tennis or whatever. But like my kid, he has a DNA where he can see six. Maybe it's just a game for him or whatever. It's like for me, it's a little different. It's like, no, I get it. But I'm like, I'm feeling so like something.
Because you're wrong. Definitely those things. I like that you guys watching dad.
Yeah. Well, when you're dead, if you're gonna watch it all, you gotta dig deep. You know what I mean?
We saw that one. I'm gonna quit the golden hour. Excellent question posed by CP2075. Weird CP thing, but Chris and Aaron starting fast here. We don't need any more. His names are yeah. He's taking a little break. This one's posted by not the waters. Yes, sir.
Ever paid our podcast and others? Well, missing, defrauded that I know of me and my friend was up to like $4 million. What is he doing right now? I'm not sure. I'm glad that I don't have to be involved with him anymore. We have a guy who allegedly stole a bunch of money from us. If you podcast, okay?
Yeah. Also, a good job. We saw that. Brian gets confused by glass, but did you watch them? I feel like we're seeing. Yeah, it's how old it is.
Like biological terms, or is okay? So show business. What do I play? I can play anywhere from 30 to 40s.
You think you can play 30?
I don't know.
You think you can play what I play?
I think it's what's called a soft filter.
Right.
Yeah, especially if I had a glass with a wig on. You know what I mean? A lot of what holds you back is, yeah. So, thank you. Can't believe that you have that. A lot of them.
It's supposed to be like a bit, but it's like that's how people do it. Like, he shows up and just toss it in his face like a cow costume. Put it on.
Who are you going to beat?
So, let's be honest, it ages me. I've lost a lot of hair. But I'm ready to go for surgery. I have. I'm sure money is an issue for you. I make a fortune. I want you to watch now what happens to my face. Watch what happens to my face. So, do you see how young I look all of a sudden? Isn't that crazy? Yeah. I don't know, I'm not 30, but 40 or 50. You're like 40? Yeah. Yeah, not like that. Right.
Dude, I want to do that so bad now. So it's like a show, just throw a costume at him. A dog costume.
Like a wolf from you're playing the trees. I feel like I'm not expecting a lot of you, but mentally he's in 2016. That's what's called posted by Willem Decree.
So hey, guys, back to we have expectations. What do you got?
I'm the kid on the porch, baby.
You got 38. Johnny's what, 31 now?
Yeah, there's 36, 37.
Guys, 38. No way, he's not 39. There's no reason he might be.
I think he's up. He's old.
Time flies. Time 37 is like normal time. See what I'm saying? And by the way, he's about to be here again when he fights another 30. That's true. That's July. Okay. And yeah, so that's a lot of miles on a 38 girl. So if you're expecting all this,
That's all the miles. Yeah, sure. I'm thinking about that in all my fights now. I try to only get into fights with other 40-year-olds. Escaped Goat is back. You do not post this thing for that.
gave it to OJ's defense. So he was like, they said, we already used the word. And he was like, yeah, I know. Like, I'm the scapegoat for OJ. He's like, and that is not the case. Chris Rock was just kind of the scapegoat from all. It's more, it's a scapegoat, you know, you don't have much control. Why don't you get the same energy when transgenders keep going to the bathroom?
A little peek behind the curtain, we recorded a Patreon episode earlier, so we're at like Joe Rogan like episode recording stages. Yes. We're at 3 hours.
Imagine talking like the whole time we were recording, you could be talking with your points like,
Oh my god, imagine how much more Jay could be.
yeah, we should be keeping a lot. He's just over there going, well, you know, Jay, I know a lot. Then you have to be like, what do you know? You don't just say it.
Right. We're talking about the people really ask me a question, maybe with scientific inquiry.
Sure. What do you think about like the sky?
Wow, so you're looking at the sky. I've been looking at the polymers. Those are way more interesting, Goody.
The telomeres in mice.
Yeah. I remember the telomeres in mice are bluer than the sky. Did you know that? But you're over here asking me sky looks like.
Yeah, what do you say back then?
We've been recording for 3 hours. We did a whole episode on Jelly Roll Meat on the fucking Patreon, and the Roadcaster attacked us because our Roadcaster does love Jelly Roll. So, but that'll be up there. Thanks to all you guys coming through and saying hello to us. You know what I mean? It's Memorial Day. Yes. So we're gonna go to the beach right now with some baddies and a P-Wagon, and hopefully walk into a different truck. You know what I'm talking about? There's a motel next to the beach called Truck. So hopefully we'll walk into the truck. Sorry. My imagination's flaring.
That's social media. This isn't real.
I'll see you next week. Welcome back to 10 Minutes of Show. I'm not your host, Victor Warmony. I'm not joined. Also, my co-host, Joe Nice. I think that because I was but also, you know, anyways, that's very much 10 Minutes of Show. Start the timer, play the chin, play more and more. You know, you gotta have the timer going. Okay, it's important to the show. It keeps us honest. 10 minutes only. We never even go a second over. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that's what we do.
Bobby Lee is one of my closest friends. Bobby talked about it. No one's been more supportive when I started the Bobby Foundation.
What else is most important in the show, dude? The soundboard. Hit me with the sound.
Papi, bro. There's so many sounds. It's because it's funny, you know, to get you, you know, waiting. Stressed out. That's That's the way.
I heard like 75% of people tune in just to see if we got more sound yet.
Yeah, one guy was saying that like he was like, it's so funny that all the soundboard or half the soundboard from the 8 years ago. You know, I gotta say that. What? You fucking what?
This one was posted by Quattro Patas. It's 4 in Italian. 5'8". Look at that's not 5'8".
It's just so funny that the idea that the chair would be bigger than him. Obviously, that's not true, but he's like staring at it. He thinks I have that, but that's awesome.
What do you want?
That's a good idea for me. Chief creative.
Yes. Creative at heart. What we have here. Did Joe just say he was politically homeless, posted by 12 watching beer? I mean, this is a very diverse group of people. Both aisles are against me.
Why? I mean, not that I care, but it's funny that he's the only one not in a suit. Stands out with his black shirt.
You don't want to do that ever since Zelensky came over to his black shirt.
Oh yeah, he got roasted by Trump. And then it's one of those shirts that Joe wears that's, I can tell even from there, it's one of those like crazy big dress shirts.
I was gonna say that. Yeah. Why doesn't he just get into that?
That would be wonderful.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, if you pull away that chair, it's a fucking, I don't even know how to say it. It's a fucking slime.
Yeah. You pull away that chair, there's handcuffs for sure. He's handcuffed until he's in that chair.
There's a lot of shirt I see that's it. It looks, you're right, I agree with you, it looks normal, but it's not.
Isn't that weird that I've never seen someone talk behind those chairs.
I guess, yeah, it's almost like he's an advisor or something. Like Trump says what he says, and then none of the Joe talk about the rest of Abigail.
He's the head of the Department of Comedy.
The Department of Comedy. He's right next to his boy,
The Commissioner of Comedy. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, this is made me laugh really hard earlier in the week. I don't think I watched it with the sound on. You don't really need sound for this one, Daddy. It's posted by Money 7 I. That guy was doing it ever since this came out. It's called Doesn't Matter the Activity, She'll Find a Way.
So these videos, what it reminds me of is like, now I wouldn't know this, but you know when you have Instagram, there's a certain algorithm, you go to the search function, and it's like all certain.
I actually don't know what that's like, but I've seen it. I mean, 100% serious.
I don't know what it's like either, dude.
I will say this, I know that's happening, and I made the record tweets Instagram like that.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my god, it's really bad. I'm taking videos.
That's how I know that. It's because Instagram, record tweets, it's really.
I reset it. But yeah, so you're saying that she's. Check that out, dude.
Working out and taking my peptide.
Almost like one of my friends.
Has been a game changer for me. Peptides have actually been a game changer for me because they've literally.
A little jiggles. It would be really funny to like box and your butt does that. A great boxer with just a ridiculous ass.
Yeah. Triple G, well, or double B.
Like it has just a fucking huge ass that just waves and shakes like this.
Double BL, dude. BBL, Triple G.
Fuck each other.
It's just like, I guess the punching comes from the legs, right? You gotta punch from the legs. So maybe she's been better than
I have no idea whether it comes from the legs or not. I think it's like the twerk in your Okay.
As you can see, let's just go ahead and get the waist is twerking and just back and forth.
Looks like a cartoon. Like Saturday morning cartoons or like morning news.
Somebody's got to stop it, honestly. Like, the government should intervene. Maybe that's why Joe Rogan was at the White House.
It's funny to just do a serious voice. Joe Rogan was like, I have a problem with my wife's friend or my friend's wife. And she's like, what she's doing. I'm a gay is the only thing we're going to right.
Joe's like, she's got a fat ass. That's all it is, Joe.
I would love to see Trump talk to Trump.
It'll happen one day. This is Happy 420 Chefs from is 08730. It's a joint backwards. Quick joint.
Damn, the Zoom got me. That's great. That's very funny for the show.
That would be great if he literally put cycling backwards.
Which one is the cyclone?
I think that's the same.
Oh, it's cyclone. Oh, if we did it in real life. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Marijuana chain. It hasn't been that one.
Hot shot.
Hot shot, dude. Yeah, like stoner shot, fucking tie dye. Dude, I've always been a weed guy. I'm like a weed dad. Just chill. It wouldn't really match the persona of that.
It's so much better after you eat barbecue. He gets it backwards.
I take, totally everything, like all the stereotypes. I take just a drip all and I wake up. If I'm ready to come, get a bowl and it works really, really well. And then you take part inside. It's fucking weird.
I was at the airport and I got really high from the first thing. So I was like, I better take a picture of the airport.
It takes a minute to make them less high. More dosage makes you like more like less high.
Dude, Brian, I went to something like I said. Brian, I went to the dispensary yesterday, dude. And guess what? No pun intended. You were a huge fan. They listened to each other. They had T-Fat K on the screen when I was getting my weed. They hooked it up and they called you a rapist.
You can't go there, Brian. Sorry.
She's scared. She has pretty.
They don't let 75-year-olds in there.
Comment below if you smoke weed and watch our show. That'd be very interesting to see the demographics there. Yeah, that's one demographic YouTube doesn't give you anything very, what is it called, useful.
Yeah, and also Jordan was a cop.
Not a cop, truly interested. It's not a joke. Can't do a 405 single rep, but can do 350 for 20 reps from Clint Fuller. So I did this post. I don't know if it's on chains this week. Yeah, so they all got together on a YouTube video. We're doing 4 or 5 pounds. And there are spaghetti salad. Water is a shot that you get in Korea, which flows my cooking time. I feel like it's it sounds unnecessary, but you'll see what happens. What do you think happens?
Well, I remember we watched another one where she sat on him.
Okay, so you know what happens after she's about to sit on it. And anything to show her house, right? Just
She's saying, yeah, right. I may have seen this exact one, but I wouldn't be surprised if there are many of them.
Mark, you were doing it the other day.
Yeah, I just watched it on my own. I did this on my own time.
I mean, how tall is she? Because it doesn't count if she's less than 6 feet.
Okay, so this sucks, obviously, but hear me out, devil's assistant.
No, if your homie was sitting right there and you're sitting on top of his cock, you know what you're going to say?
Oh, my bad. Okay. I was gonna say, that's so weird. I was gonna say, like, at least this shows that they are, a close couple. I think they spend a lot more time together nowadays than they have been, and that's good. But they're like, they're producing horrible content, but they're in love. I think that's how I look at when I'm in love with each other. Right? Yeah. So they get an upshot of it.
Or we're watching The Exorcist again.
I am like shit, Alice.
She also didn't do anything. Why she's looking like she caught us staring at her ass.
It would be so interesting if this became successful what they're doing. I mean, it's possible. actually a lot of stupid shit.
Timmy's a shop.
That's right. People watch the show.
Just as many views as the Jeremy Rothschild. Alright, let's see what this is. When Jimmy is having a beautiful logic, posted by CBS, Screen Sun, Reddit.
And it's like, oh no, he's legitimately insane.
Dude, you can never guess. You can never guess, dude.
On social media, this isn't real.
It's never.
Oh no, he's legitimately insane.
Now, no guess in a million years you would ever got that it was you dressing legitimately. Don't pretend like you would have known that.
You think that's like a high school nickname yet? With Jimmy Insane?
Also, anything is possible. But Jimmy is. Yeah, what can you do one more time?
And it's like, oh no, he's legitimately insane.
So he couldn't finish the word. Yeah, I thought maybe he tried to finish it. I know.
That's legitimately redacted.
That's what Jimmy, if you do it on purpose, I like it.
Okay, you have to go to Albert's after this, but I'm with Jimmy hungry now.
Possibly, dude. Jimmy might want to go get a flaming young.
It is connecting the dots, like everything's making sense. We can literally speaking Chavez all day now. Making sense.
And it's like, oh no, he's legitimately insane.
Just like the shoulders being like a little closer to the neck than usual too.
And it's like, oh no, he's legitimately insane. And it's like, oh no, he's legitimately insane.
That's good. You tell the cops about some guy that's legitimately insane, and then the cop doesn't know whether you're also legitimately insane.
He's legitimately insane.
Legitimately insane.
That was great. I don't know why that doesn't have as much upvotes as it should, dude. Shout out to you. This is a busy
Times are near.
busy middle equals 0 8. That's end times are there.
It's like, hey, remember that time? You're just talking about old stories, you know? So it's like, me and Brian haven't had the conversation. I think we should go down to once a week. My passion and focus is Shop Show.
Same here. You know, the Shop Show.
Yeah, Shop Show's real important.
Jimmy, my favorite show.
Yeah, I don't know when it happens, when it's recorded, how often it is, but I'm just now realizing it's still going on. My super duper regularly.
Oh, that's like my art shop show.
Art show? Yeah, I know when art show is.
Jimmy has a shop show.
Oh, yeah, it's true. That's like, dude, you have Shop Show, we have Shop Show. Everybody Shop Show.
There's levels to this shit, right?
Yeah, Jen and I have talked about this. For me, I don't know how Jim feels about it. I don't know.
Doesn't that bother you sometimes when somebody's talking about their passion? Like, I don't care about your passion. Did you or did you not get English? Like, that's your job.
Tell me about what you really want, but it's like, dude, did you even stay the whole show?
Yeah.
Did you go
Like, but my passion is the shop show. It's like, oh, just because our show sucks. Because your passion is the shop show. You know what I mean?
I'm Jim Fields.
I feel like Chin's in the way, dude. I'll leave things on. $1,000.
That's crazy. I mean, I don't know how to use it. How much does the show make?
I mean, I know how to do it, but it's not accurate. Let's see.
Here's Bill about it. It's like, we've had a fucking epic.
He's like, we had great things.
Imagine how awesome it would be to end on top.
Let Jimmy have it.
You're talking.
Yeah. Right, used to
It's just doing the trucks now. The show it down. Because of how in the trucks he is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, true.
the sweet, sweet nectar. Tyson uppercuts most of this. I watched this one.
He's on a red vodka. Hey, vodka. I smell iron pizza. Shut the hell up, Nice. Shut up, fucking vodka. 48% Japanese blended whiskey by Nick Schwab, rated 1.1. Everything is so funny. It's good douche. It has nothing to do. They're not even trying. It's all good douches every time. So they say his name wrong, but it also says 2 stars out of 5. And 48%, which whatever. I mean, is that alcohol? What is 48% because it's 89%? Okay, I was going to say it says I'm feeling great, but it's just 29 reviews.
You were telling me it's legitimately good, right?
I don't really remember it. I don't remember. I think that Walsh said it was like 5. It was not bad. Yeah. It's whiskey. I think it was probably better than Evan Williams. Hey guys, I'm a 5 on Total Wine. Comedian, ex-MMA fighter. He's an absolute loser. Brendan Schwab. He is a this is like sexualizing the big cat on the back. Right. It says, the tiger. This is the only one that's in caps. Thickest, with 3 C's, big cat on the planet. I think the word tiger was not Japanese. A Japanese cheeseburger. That sounds fucking rancid. Yeah, good man. Oh, fuck, that's bad, man. What's they stick to comedy, but it's like disgusting British alcoholics immediately think they're smarter than Chef. This guy's shirt that says like yogurt or something like that. Big beard, he got big ass burger chops. And he should like Chef, but even him, he can't. Big Chef's an idiot.
This is a real 15C versus 16C.
I give that a 1 out of 10. It's hot.
Bring Chef and some stick to comedy. These are one drunk. Captain Morgan, you know, with my name.
Oh, Jesus, blank. Almost AP pine up pace might be okay for $10.
So there's a
passage of the scene is like this. The policies are very sharp. I'm going to say $60. $60? Yeah! So that's a full redacted sentence, essentially. And I want to hear battery access. Stomach ache after 3, 2, 1. So in the middle. I guess I should have. That's the one I thought you were going to do.
that's a way to talk about things.
Cheers.
Isn't that funny how people like alcohol because they like the effect it has? Sure. And so they're willing to like pee with how bad it tastes sometimes.
Right?
Yeah, like the first time drinking whiskey, you're like, oh my god, that's horrible. And then you're like, with your friend. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you're like, I want that feeling again. And then you drink up whiskey again, and it's like, oh Jesus, and then you just kind of get used to it. That's how bad this whiskey is. These guys have had so much alcohol. You know?
They want more, but not that bad.
Or they're just trying to get clues. You know, it's pretty chunky.
I think they know a little bit about it. I'm surprised Ed Bud wasn't the one because I thought he was. I was wrong. I don't like these guys at all.
I watched it once and I was like, oh, Brendan Schwab. Yeah, and then the same exact thing happened here with you. Yeah, I hate it. It's like Brendan Schwab because it's always fun. But these guys suck ass. You know? I'm glad we're not accepting on chains because we don't suck ass like these guys do. I'm saying we suck ass. Brendan sucks more ass than I do.
Hey, man. I need to take that one. was sitting on my dick or something.
No. Your friend lays on top of you while you bench press. And you're moving slow down. Trying to on top of his penis.
I'm moving. Wait, who's bench pressing? I'm bench pressing. Brendan Chop is bench pressing. I'm so confused.
The video of them.
Yeah. Okay, but how? Why am I involved?
Oh no, I was saying like you were doing that
With a chick.
yeah,
But there's no other guy.
but you're always laying down because you can't really put your dick's not your chest for your bench press. So you're always laying down there.
On top of me.
You can put a wood plank in between or something, you know? If you that homophobic thing.
What? I still don't understand.
I'm basically just saying like with your friends. It ain't no fun unless you're bench pressing and your homie's getting some.
So I'm bench pressing and my friend is lying on top of me having sex with another woman.
Well, slow Joe. I never saw it either way. Having slow Joe. Yes. Alright. We sometimes sell that. I didn't even know what I meant when I said it.
I thought it was like two guys. I thought you were doing like an
No. Yeah, I would never make a good joke. Oh man, we'll cut all that out. What happens next? Part 27. Who's my Chris lives? Yeah, look at this now, dude. BTS are real. BTS fans want to look at one of the bars of Music Boy Studios. Stock coders.
stock.
Stockholders. So gross.
I mean, like a good, like you know, those innovation stand-up videos. Stock. He's the genius.
That might be the funniest thing I've ever heard.
That would be like money outside of jail. What he says, it's wrong because he was just trying to say the right thing. How does he know what's going on now? He is a man who just is consistent.
Majesty Wozniak was a huge TK fan.
Yeah, that would be amazing. But how does he get to Mike, dude?
I don't know. Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc. He watched a lot of Monsters Inc. dude.
I see. I missed the photo. That is the Monsters Inc.
Oh yeah. Okay, Mike Wazowski.
Mike was asking with the one. All right, that makes a lot more sense. It'd be a lot more disturbing if it wasn't.
Was not Wazowski or He was the what's his name? You're my Steve Wozniak chick. What's your ways, kid? Steve Wozniak. You're my Steve Wozniak. This is a good podcast. Why didn't they go back to this?
You know, if only, yeah, they've got tons of views.
They need to get a new guy in there, you know, like a new general manager who could be like, guys, we need you to continue telling us what shit is like to you guys. And don't ever know your references. Don't come in with references. We're starting recording right now. Expect. And then the next thing you know, millions of views. Steve Jobs, hey, okay, let's give that maybe that doesn't work. The general manager's like, can you have Theo on that? And he's like, nah, dude, Theo's like enough other people. It's like, can you have Bobby Lee? Nah, but he's my best friend.
How about Candace Owens? Don't do anything.
Get twisted. Don't get twisted. Papa is nice with the jobs. Yeah, he's a nice guy.
smart and much nicer. Steve, and I also used Taylor. Yeah, Steve Jobs was a prickly, a bit of a man cactus. I call him a man cactus.
Yeah, dude, I'm legitimately a man, dude.
Earlier, I took a bad poop.
Oh, dude, I've been man constipated all day, dude.
Oh, really?
That's rough too, my man, to visit the rest.
Sounds bad difficult. I haven't been constipated in about 15 years. I can't remember what being constipated feels like.
Yeah, you're always taking man fiber.
I'm not even. My body's built of fiber.
Well, you're taking my.
I am taking Vyvanse for man creams. And man, it's not working. It's a bit Adderall.
There he was, hooked up to this chick. Utah's Wozniak now in a wheelchair.
No, I saw him the other day. Definitely be.
No, he's balling. He was just doing some fucking interview. You son of a bitch. What have you been doing? Where were you at? I was in Indianapolis, right? Let's go shop show this Saturday. DraftKings Sportsbook officials. I think it's called
SCHAUB, that would be good.
Let's see if we can read this again.
show. Let's go shop show this Saturday. DraftKings Sportsbook official sportsbook. Eligible. James E. I like to see change for disclaimer. James E.
These are the that's legit be fun.
It's a name.
Brian Callen's face, whatever he's cool.
Chateau Marymount is so ridiculous because Marymount's obviously a strong also name of many schools. And then Chateau Marmont is so famous. So like anyone who's ever goes here goes in, and you look at it and it looks kind of weird, the word itself. So it makes it so yeah, but the correct process to wrong twice a day. That's what it is. This guy, 5 minutes, hotel names, right? I want to name them the Travis School. It's not even more ashes. The golden hour is not just these right here. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I probably start doing golden hour. Yeah. The shop show. It's his own show.
Shit that he had to deal with. This
Case.
White House bill. I guess they said the UFC.
Looks like that. Once again, they're like, you're gonna do that. That seems to be the least dangerous. They seem pretty passionate about it. Do they get a lot of views? No, that's the next question. It's no Shadow Man. Yeah, I'll just say being Shadow Man. Busy Middle 8108 posted this. Papa decided to pop off about Brian on his podcast. Again.
She's not one of these actors that just says, "Oh my God, poor me, I'm the victim. It's never gonna be the same." And I walk in the room, everyone's thinking this. She's a fucking fighter. We're cut from a different cloth. Y'all fucked up. Every actor, comedian, if you were wrongfully accused, you were ashamed for a tweet, something said on a podcast, and you were canceled years ago. Take a page out of fucking Gina's book. Get Gina Corona.
It would be so funny if he had said instead of take a page out of Gina Carano's book, he's like, every actor who's done this, who's done that, all of them are innocent. Everyone. Don't believe victims.
Get your shit together, pull your side boots tight, and get to fucking work. Look at Gina. Look at Gina. She's the face of it now. But she's a fighter. Y'all are fighters. And maybe she can inspire you to get your shit together and get over it and move on.
He's talking to himself.
And prove them wrong.
It's funny. It's like he's looking for that moment in the movie where he like finally gets through to Brian, and Brian's like the funniest thing of all time. And it's slow motion laughing. He's like,
yeah, he's got to say the right thing to get it back to them being the #1 podcasters in America. What would that be? He's got to keep looking for it. And I like the movie, right? He's trying to do the Al Pacino thing. We fight for that inch. But I don't know if Chavez did it.
it's tricky.
Yeah, Chavez more like Chateau Marymount than a speech that's going to lead to success.
Yeah, he's more Paramount than Al Pacino for sure. Let's see what we got here. Eddie Manolo, 2020 or 201, a delusional and defeated Papa rewriting history as he sees it. Let's see. This is a annoyance fault.
It is what it is, man. You know,
It's so crazy.
I don't think it's not a sad story. You know, we're pioneers in the space, especially as a duo. The first, I was the first professional athlete ever to have a podcast, and we're really the first duo.
I can't imagine it's him.
Yeah.
The first, when did they start? 2015, 14? You got to be somebody before John. Yeah, look it up. But it is funny. He just always says shit like that.
Yeah.
First, I want to start doing that.
Professional.
I also love how he starts, where he's just going, man, it is what it is, too. It's just, the other day, AJ Hawk. Never cute. It's AJ Hawk, a skateboarder? NFL. Tony Hawk.
This is AJ Hawk in 2014, JJ Redick in 2016, and Brandon Marshall.
I don't know what though. I'm surprised. I guess that's when podcasts started. I guess almost nobody had a podcast right there.
I mean, like, he's so irrelevant. You can Gemini's not like
Hey, Hawk really is the first. I don't remember what it is.
the first.
This is him.
Let's see. No, he was not the first. Where did John's podcast career? Okay, so he was the first.
No way, really.
If AJ Hawk's the only other one, Brandon started in 2013.
All right, well, I take it back then.
That not social media. This isn't real.
It is indeed social media. So yeah, let's keep that in mind when we look at facts.
That's kind of interesting. That does not a good look for podcasting.
Not a good look for Bob. I mean, he should be ahead of the game. He's very behind it.
Yeah, that's so. He was like way early adopter and still failed miserably.
Yeah. We live on those.
Podcasting, so we've inspired a lot of people. We put a lot of people on.
Oh, here we go. He's like a DJ Lab.
Let's do it.
AJ Hunt. Oh, dude, look at that. You got the right.
Oh, active. Efficient.
He's right though. You know, all these actors are podcasting shopping.
You know? Yes. Even Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll started a podcast called The Buds of the Up. He's not even acting like he leaves.
We got a Latino version coming out of a podcast called Nemo Bridge.
Alrighty. Well, he was the first, so let's give him credit where credit's due. Good job. He and his wife wants to fight again because they were fighting. Joe wants Bob to fight their knuckle.
Rushing out, he gets starts, whatever. But you don't see the after effect, the side effects after. And Charles turns to his dad, who's with him, it's heartbreaking. He goes, my head. And I'm like, he's such a vet. He's been in a million fights. He goes, I've never felt this pain in my head. I'm thinking, fuck, my brain's swelling. But they took on
Did you say that to your wife because she still wants to see you do a fighting?
No, she was like, I feel like you could tear some of these guys up. And I'm like, look at that. That's the after effect. When you do them, one of the guys in a car accident, one of the guys, I don't know about that, but one of the guys won. I'm like, look at him. Broken hands, fucking, like, this is what it is. Like, you see the paycheck and the knockout and the lights, but this is what it is.
Yeah.
This is what it is.
Yeah, you don't see that because you guys got to see Jones and what's his name? You guys saw that after the fight, right? I was backstage. You said that was brutal, right? Oh. I didn't see Jones. I saw Custis. Yeah, I never talk about it. Wow.
Sad.
Very sad. It's sad because they're also trying to like fight random people in the Starbucks parking lots. Yeah. When it comes to like doing it on camera, he's like, "This is what it is. This is what it is."
That is funny. Like they know firsthand how awful violence is in fighting, and it's like the damage from it. They've experienced it, and yet he still wants to fight and not train barista or a guy that honked it in the security. Or a security wearing a mask on. Remember, like the guy honked at Brennan's wife to like go faster or something, and he's like, "I'm gonna kill that guy."
This is what it is.
He's gonna kill. He's gonna snap Nate Diaz's neck off because they called him gay. He's like, "So
yeah. You always see that.
alrighty."
It's silver like this, right? It's supposed to be my whole people. I mean, no, wait a minute, Brendan. Let's see. Yeah, for sure. I don't know about the mouth part. That's kind of disturbing.
You know what? I've always wondered what Uncanny Valley means.
So, Uncanny Valley, great question. Thank you for asking. It's something about this. You can tell it's not human, right?
That's what it means.
Yeah. So it's that effect you get when you look at something you're like, that's not human.
My whole life I've wondered what it means, but I never looked it up.
Thank you. Uncanny Valley.
What?
I say you still don't understand it. The shop actually ain't going broke, just needs more land. Also addresses the TFAT case Lingo as stale. Posted by Not Yet. Have you ever seen this one? No. Okay, let's go.
Ask Jay and all that shit. We do. It's pretty creative looking that. But that was years ago, so they kind of updated. Richard, where you saw your house in Awesome Movie City? thinking, no, man, I'm literally moving two blocks.
People get making fun of the things you say from like, let's say 7 years ago, 8 years ago. Would you be upset about that, or would you be like, would you say like, come on, guys, get new words, or would you be like, they still talking about?
Can I ask you a serious question? What's the idea?
What? Oh, so you're gonna say,
I ask you again.
okay.
Hard to tell, honestly. I think that I definitely have it in me to be like, come on, guys, get a new thing. But I've feel like I've done things like that on this podcast where I'm like, oh, really? Yeah, it's so funny. You've already said the dolphin teeth, really? Yeah, exactly. Oh, they're so small. Actually, I measured them, and they are normal sized. My gums, I'm not sure, because I haven't measured my gums. But I have that in me. But I think, in truth, I crave attention so much that I've told this before. Like, I told my friends, like, I honestly like being made fun of because I enjoy the attention, which is sick.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I think I would be happy if somebody was making a song about me. You know?
Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah. The thing that this has been going on years. He's essentially Flappers, but we're way nicer than him. Flappers Comedy Club. I have not said any of the. I've said the most horrible things I could possibly think of. The other day I tweeted that you're allowed, or the club encourages you to yell fire. I didn't see that. You get a ball of friends if you yell fire. And I mean that, maybe. Allegedly.
I think it'd be funny if we found out what storage unit they're in. Not like the storage unit, but the storage complex.
Yeah.
Right? And we get a storage unit in the same one. I don't like how your eyes rolled back when I said that.
I love it.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, dude.
And then we name it Flappers too.
Or just have it. If we bought a fucking storage unit next to theirs, so funny. What do we put in it? Aren't they sold, dude? We put shop merch, but we make fun of it. Like we write this shirt sucks.
So we gotta figure it out, like maybe a 3-year status where we know that we have to like know when they're gonna be there, and we rent like the more expensive truck, more expensive Mexican ATVs, like all the stuff that he has but better, and then we put it in there, you know, when they're seeing us like move in, you know, and then they want to talk to us, and we're like, oh yeah, dude, we're in the trucks and we love the Fighter and the Kids, our favorite podcast.
I wouldn't do this because not that. That I would do, but because I'm not, there's no animosity really that I have to shop. I actually really like shopping. However, I do think there would be something funny, like once it's all over. He's not, even podcasting. We buy the Calabasas studio. We hire all those people. We literally just do the show.
Alex Johnson.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw a little bit of that. I haven't really checked it. The Heidecker thing with Alex Jones, and they like made the Infowars and a rainbow or something like that. And I have mixed feelings about the trailer.
Well, I mean, it's gonna fall off, but I like it happening at once. Like, like for a day, I'm like, oh, that's cool, and then you never watch it again.
Yeah. But it's also, there's something, I don't know. I have to look it up more.
That's social media. This isn't real.
Yeah, I've told everyone that you really liked Infowars.
Yeah, I'm a big Alex Jones guy. It's just because, he really helped me out when I was struggling. Yeah. The first guy was multi-podcast.
Yeah, he saw me. I was on a show once, and he saw me there, and I was like, no, 1 second, Alex. I'm on stage right now. And then he saw the host say, like, oh, we don't have time for you today. I'm like, what? And then Alex went, don't fucking. I don't think, like, do you know this guy?
Yeah, I was there. Yeah. I remember that like it was yesterday. Like it was last year. And, it's like he does a lot of things. Oh, he made up that thing about the strike. It's like, I get it. You feel me? At the end of the day, like, I guess it's just me. I'm loyal to the football.
But Jimmy, I tell people that you are loyal to the football.
Yeah, and it's like, I thought we were going to fight. I thought, what happened? What happened? Don't cry. But it's okay.
is what it is. You know what is the sad thing, dude? How often Brian or Brendan cries on his podcast?
That's why I was saying
That's crazy.
yeah.
I just thought about that right now.
He does this now, the whole like
Nothing's in front of you.
yeah, it's no, I don't care at all, but I'm like devastated. And Brian's like he'll get it, but like and then Joe Rogan does the thing where he's like, I mean, I don't pay attention to the news, it doesn't matter at all, but these fucking people making fun of me, it's like it hurts my feelings. They're also full of shit. Of course it hurts your feelings. You're a human being. You don't like people making fun of you, dude.
Dude, being a Democrat, Republican, none of that makes sense. It's fucking whack. It's gay. What's that dude?
Yeah, too, yeah. I'm politically homeless now. I don't know whether I'm a Democrat or Republican. I voted for Trump, and I'll vote for Trump again, but I just don't know where I stand politically. They're not sick like us, though. I think Baby Chavez, which Rogan probably doesn't need that as much as it probably hurts his feelings.
Should we just stop?
So big. We're only 2 blocks away from our land.
So yeah, he's addressing the whole like Sullivan's house thing. I seem to be getting more land.
Yeah, that's what happens when you sell your house. Sometimes it's because you want more land.
But what is it called? Occam's sharp edge or whatever? We always tried to sharp edge.
Occam's pencil.
Occam's stone tool.
Anything you say after Occam's is not razor is hilarious.
That's it, Occam's. Dude.
Oh, Arkham?
Yeah.
Arkham, like Arkham, we mean like Batman?
You know Occam's Batman, maybe Occam's pencil.
Arkham pencil, it sounds like a bad guy that's housed in Arkham. I'm the pencil. Batman keeps it out of the window. Goodbye, pencil.
Well, Occam's razor, right? The easiest answer is probably the correct answer. Best driver for money.
Anyway, that was what. Alright, I know this is totally of course, but that was one of my favorite jokes. This is what Mike said once. He was like talking about how when you think about it, Batman is just a rich guy that beats up mentally deranged poor people. Question mark. Punches in the face. So I'm the question mark. Never seen that.
Occam's sharp blade.
Because when we first came here, we rushed into the house, and I didn't know the area. Now we know the area, and I just need more land, so we're just getting more land, like a lot more land. That's
This is telling everyone he's homeless. He's moving outside.
In a way, you get more land.
Absolutely. Period. Another overlooked strategy are blogs. Period. Especially with AI, comment draft a blog weekly and post it on the major blogging sites including Medium and Blogspot, and this will help you immensely. Period. You can ensure that your links are at the footer of each of your blogs, which also increases the power. Period.
play Dallas and Houston, St. Louis, Nashville, Fort Lauderdale, and Orlando. I'm so pumped for these upcoming days. Really excited for you to see it. Taking some of my favorite openers with me. You may recognize some of them. Get tickets now at TonyHitchcock.com. It's going to be my last stretch in the state of Georgia. Race in 2024. It's all performing in Austin and Philadelphia up there. So hope to see you soon.
Wrapped up. How did you wrap them up? Back up. Huh? How'd you get them wrapped back up? How'd you wrap them back up? You put the notes in there. Why were you trying to give me advice on that shit, man? These motherfuckers take the lead. So I want. I didn't take her mad. No, I fucking love that. Well, they keep bringing it up. I'm not bringing it up. I do a dad for you. Maybe I need to stop. Yeah. But I never gonna know.
We started doing Tony here a couple of years ago. This is officially our last scheduled taping here at this venue. Ladies and gentlemen, at the same time, I present to you Tim Dillon and Rosie and Bar.
That's fucking not just making me.
Let's make some noise for Jim Norton, Whitney Cummings, and Bert Kreischer. Jim Norton, one of the best in the world, the great Whitney Cummings, and the motherfucking machine, Bert Kreischer.
All I wanted is a friend who got something to say.
You want to like twins? I will dress like Suge Knight for Halloween. So there you go. Rest in peace, Michael Laird.